Welcome to the All-State Thursday Night Lights high school football game of the week. We're here in Pewaukee at Firestein Field as the Pewaukee Pirates take on the Berlin West Vikings. My name is Mike McGivern. I'm with Sports Radio 1250 WSSP, alongside Brian Calhoun, the ex-Badger, ex-Detroit Lion running back, and this is the Sports Radio 1250 pregame show. Brian, it's a great night for high school football.
Great night, and I'm excited for this action.
Yeah, I am too. Hey, I think the storyline of tonight's game, we're going to start with Coach Grabo, offensive line coach at Pewaukee. He's been at New Berlin West. He was at New Berlin West for 25 years, was the head coach there for the last 12, and I'm wondering how he's feeling 10 minutes before kickoff.
I think he's definitely filled with emotions. He's been preparing for this day for quite a while. He knew that the game was on the schedule, but I think he's just filled with emotion. Whether he wants to admit to it or not, he's really feeling emotions. He still sees the kids every day, so he's wishing that his team could pull out a win tonight.
Yeah, he does see him every day. He's still coaching he's still teaching at New Berlin West, and I've got to believe there was some talking going on today, and whoever gets the win, there might be a little bit more talking in the classroom tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's definitely something for his team, Pewaukee, to come out and really establish their game plan. And I think if they come out for a win, that'd be huge for his confidence and his morale.
Let's talk about New Berlin West team a little bit. Coach Mack is he was a GA or a grad assistant up at Wisconsin when you played there.
Yeah, definitely a guy that I know very well, and he's very excited about this opportunity. And I think he has the tools at New Berlin West with a senior-laden team, 10 juniors, that he's going to really try to air the ball out with his quarterback and with Bledsoe. And I think they're going to really have Pewaukee on their heels, and we'll see how it comes out.
Pewaukee takes a different style. They like to run the ball. They like to pound the ball. Coach Iverson and his group, they're known to take long drives and just pound it at you. And it's really it's a difference of two totally different styles.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who wins. Obviously, an air attack from New Berlin West, a ground attack from Pewaukee. But I really expect Pewaukee to come out and really establish the run and make New Berlin West stop them. And so far this season, New Berlin West hasn't been able to stop the run as well as Coach Mack but we're going to see how they stop it today.
We are. And again, when we talk about Pewaukee and Coach Iverson, that staff has been together a while. Coach Grabo came over this year, but everybody else has been on staff for a while. And it's interesting to me, Brian, they don't ever seem to take too many dips down. They had a lot of seniors last year that made that team go. And this year, they're right back in the thick. They're a game out in the Woodland Blue to Brown Deer. It's a credit to him and his staff.
Yeah, definitely. True sign of a great program is when you don't take steps back, but you just reload every year. And they've done that here. And they have a lot of young players on their roster. So I think this is not only shows how good they are this year, but for the future to come.
Yeah, I agree. They talk a lot about their off-season program here at Pewaukee, and I'm sure what Coach Mack will do at New Berlin West as well. But the fact that these kids at Pewaukee buy in so much to the off-season program, I think, certainly says how good they are every year, and they buy in like crazy here.
Any coach will tell you the off-season program is absolutely vital for the upcoming team. They need to establish it, and I think both these coaches have established a great off-season program, and that's what has made them effective so far early in the season.
Excellent. I'm going to ask you like I did last week, who do you like tonight?
I think I'm taking my old buddy Aaron Mack. I think his team is very potent on offense, and I think they're going to be able to throw the ball around a little bit.
As always, I'll go the other way. I like Clay Iverson and the Pewaukee Pirates tonight. Hey, let's get to a break. On the other side of the break, we'll get to John Weiser and Dick Basham. This is the Thursday Night Lights high school football game of the week. Hey, how did I do today?
With Hall of Fame football coach Dick Basham, John Weiser with you in Pewaukee tonight. The Pirates entertaining New Berlin West in our All-State Thursday Night Light matchup, and really a contrast in two styles between these two schools, the passing attack and the wing tee.
That's true. Pewaukee established program runs the old-fashioned wing tee right out of the textbook, and they do a great job with it. They have a terrific running back, and I think it's going to be fun to watch them tonight. New Berlin West has a new coach, Aaron Mack, first year at West, running the spread offense, which is a relatively new offense compared to the wing tee, and they run it very well. They have great receivers. They have an excellent quarterback. So I'm looking for a real entertaining game.
Speaking of that Pewaukee attack, Derek Watt, their outstanding running back, linebacker, special team player, he does it all for this Pirate team.
That's true. He's the middle of three brothers. His older brother JJ is a great defensive player at the University of Wisconsin. His younger brother TJ is an outside linebacker on this team as well. But Derek is all-conference last year, all-area last year as a junior, 3.6 student. Is committed to going to the University of Northwestern University to play his college football. He's their leading rusher. He's their middle linebacker, goes from sideline to sideline. He does it all, really, and he's a great player.
For New Berlin West on offense, they've got a staple of fine wide receivers, but Chad Mathwig really stands out.
Well, that's true. He stands out in more ways than one. He's 6'5", 210. That makes him stand out, but he also is a very good receiver. He's got great hands. He was the player of the year on their basketball team last year as a junior. He has over 50 catches last year and this year together for 22 touchdowns, and he's averaging almost 20 yards a catch. So he can make things happen when he gets the ball in his hands.
We look at the defensive side for New Berlin West. We're looking at Brian Thiesenhuisen, probably their outstanding defender.
Well, right now that's what Coach Mack says. They have several good defenders, but they think he's the one who's playing at the highest level right now. He was an outside linebacker. They asked him to move down to the defensive line, not quite as glamorous a position. He accepted that role, and he's taken it to heart, and he's out there making plays, and he's leading their defense right now.
That leads us into our keys for the game tonight, and again, with the contrast in style, it's pretty simple.
Well, it is. Pewaukee needs to get pressure on the quarterback, I think. They can't let him be comfortable and pick out his receiver the way he wants to. And Pewaukee needs to run the ball themselves, run the clock, and do what they do best. And then finally, I think they need to play field position and keep that team back away from the goal line as much as they can. On the other hand, New Berlin West, I think, needs to disrupt that running game of Pewaukee and not let them get into rhythm, because that's what the wing T likes to do. And then they allow no big plays. And then finally, I think they need to spread the ball around in their own offense and not let people take away Mathwig.
Both teams chasing Brown Deer for the Woodland Blue Conference title. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this. We're just about set for our opening kickoff tonight as you get a look at the New Berlin West sideline and their head football coach, Aaron Mack. And the Pewaukee Pirates homestanding here tonight. Derek Watt set to kick things off for the Pirates. And get set here. Adam Ruiz and Jake Lieben standing deep to receive. The Pirates in the black jerseys, black pants. The Vikings in the white jerseys, white pants with the blue helmets. And the lefty Watt will put a boot into this one. Lieben will take just across his own 10. Up the middle to the 15. Across the 30. And out to the 34-yard line. Derek Watt able to make the play. The kicker, we said in the pregame, he does everything, and on special teams comes down and makes the tackle.
There he is right there in the middle, and he's going to be there all night long.
Well, this is going to be an exciting looking offense here tonight. Dominic Bledsoe, the quarterback for this Viking offense, a senior, 6'1", 185. Really liked his warm-up. He really gets the ball out of there in a hurry, and we're going to see a lot of him throwing the football tonight. You'll see a lot of this formation, 4 receivers, single back. And they'll hand it off. This is Vogel trying to go up the middle, met by a host of Pirates, nothing doing. Jordan Edgerson leading the way defensively. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for the offense for New Berlin West, we talked about the quarterback Bledsoe. Let's look at the offensive line. Goldsmith, Cranfield, Reitler twins, Jake and Zach at the center and right guard, and Jake Rink over at the right tackle. Very good offensive line. Vogel, the running back, 4 receivers. We talked about Mathwig, their leading receiver, the big man, 6'5". He's the go-to guy. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11 as Bledsoe with time. Looks to throw down the far sideline. Has a man out there. It's broken up incomplete. Looking for Mathwig. Ben Stecker back there to break it up defensively for the Pewaukee Pirates. Let's take a look at that defense for Pewaukee. 3-man front. Semrel, Crane, and Brown. Your linebackers, there's Derek Watt, the middle linebacker. We talked about him. He will play at Northwestern next year. And the secondary, led by Ben Stecker, who just broke up that pass. The corner, the junior, 6'2", 160.
Yeah, that was a good play by Stecker. He had him well covered. It's a good throw, but it was very good defense.
3rd and 11. 4 receivers going out. Bledsoe rolling right with time. Steps up, has a man over the middle, and it's caught near the first down stick at about the 44-yard line. Cam Grossman, the receiver, Austin Hansen there to wrap him up, very close to a first down.
Yeah, nice job by Bledsoe of rolling out to the right and buying himself some time. And also a good job by the defense of containing him and making him pull up and stop, but he was able to come back in and find the receiver and put it right on him, and I believe they have the first down. They do.
11-yard pickup on the play. Grossman with a 68-yard touchdown reception earlier this year. Comes up with the big play on the opening drive. 1st and 10 Vikings. Just shy of their own 45-yard line. Quick snap. Bledsoe's trying to swing it out, and it's dropped incomplete. Adam Ruiz, the intended receiver that time, just went right through his hands.
Yeah, that time also they took the middle linebacker. Pewaukee took the middle linebacker, Watt, brought him over to the right side and tried to bring him off the edge. But it was the right play because they threw the ball away from where he was coming from.
Our starting lineups tonight brought to you by Hits, specializing in team sports and spirit wear, apparel, and promotional items. You'll find them at hitswisconsin.com. 2nd and 10, just shy of the 45. They'll work it off the near hash mark as we view it here in Pewaukee. A cool evening. The wind has died down. Perfect night for football tonight. Bledsoe again with time. Looks to throw, comes back near sideline for Ruiz, and he was out of bounds. Incomplete. Came down with it out of bounds. Broken up by Josh Berg on the coverage, the outside linebacker.
Now the coverage was very good. That was an excellent throw. It just happened to run out of field, and it was a tough throw. I've been impressed by the quarterback. I think he's a little bit flying under the radar with all the good quarterbacks around this year, but he's completed over 60% of his passes in the last 2 years.
Another First Bank first down tonight. First Bank Financial Center, our first down sponsor on All-State Thursday Night Lights. First Financial Banking Center. Discover the community bank difference. They're our first down sponsor this year. This will be a 3rd down play. 3rd and about 10. Just shy of the 45. Blitz coming. Bledsoe steps up. Going deep. Has a man out there. It's incomplete. Looking for Mathwig, the senior, once again. Ben Stecker in coverage for the Pirates.
Now, what Pewaukee has decided to do is take one of their linebackers out of the middle, and they're playing man-to-man with 2 free safeties behind them. Basically, they're daring New Berlin West to run the football. They have 3 down linemen and Derek Watt at middle linebacker, and so far it's been effective.
Watt will return punts tonight. He is standing deep. Ryan Thiesenhusen does the punting and just got that one away as there was contact, no flag. A short punt that will bounce and take a Pirate bounce back to the 35-yard line. So good field position here for the Pirates on their opening drive with just over 10 minutes remaining here in this first quarter.
I think one of the interesting things about this game tonight is that New Berlin West only has 27 players on their team. They have 20 seniors and 7 juniors. And if you look at the sideline of Pewaukee, they have twice as many players as that. The good news is you can only play 11 at a time, but it could be a little bit of a long game for some of the New Berlin West guys who have to go both ways.
Brock Bateman will get in under center. They'll shift around. They go with a double wing. And they'll hand it off. This is the fullback, Kotz, the fullback, the junior, 5'11", 215 with the carry, able to squeak out a couple of yards. We talked about Brock Bateman, junior, 5'11". He is the quarterback. He's thrown only 2 touchdown passes, 7 interceptions, and you can imagine just a ground team here. He'll have in his backfield Kotz, Watt, and Bellows. And we'll set the rest of the offense for you following this next play. 2nd down, they'll give it to Watt. Watt spinning out of a tackle, has some running room across the 45, out to the 47-yard line, and a First Bank first down.
Yeah, that play was pretty well defended, but you saw some of the ability that Watt has, able to spin out of that tackle and then fall forward after that to get another 2 yards. So that's why he's a little bit different than a lot of guys. He can make a bad play a good play.
Send it down to Mike McGivern on the sideline, has something for us.
Hey guys, listening to the Pewaukee coaches talk to their D linemen, saying, "Listen, we have to get pressure on Bledsoe. We got to figure out how to get in. We're not looking to do a lot of blitzing, but we need to get our D linemen getting their hands up and getting pressure on him. So look for them to do a little more stunting this next time when New Berlin West gets the ball."
Good job, Mike, as always. Mike McGivern, Brian Calhoun, part of our broadcast team tonight on the sideline. Small gain that time for Kotz.
And the tackle
Thiessen
by Rink. Yeah, Thiessen made the tackle. He's a defensive end. He made the tackle down the middle of that formation.
2nd and long here. We'll give it to Derek Watt again, coming around the right side across midfield, spilled down into Viking territory. Zach Schmidt, the senior, 5'11", 160, right there, the free safety.
Yeah, very similar to the play that he just ran 2 plays ago, and that is off tackle play. And he's very good at spinning out of that first tackle and getting that extra yard. So we got third and 4 here. Might be a little bit too far to run. We'll see if they throw it.
A lineup with Watt in a wing to the left. Bellows lined up in a wing to the right. The fullback is Kotz. And they give it to the wingman here on the near side, coming around Bellows, trying to get the left side, and read well by the Viking defense, able to string that out, find the ball carrier, and a short gain of 1.
Yeah, to bring that tight end across and unbalancing the line. He's not an eligible receiver, and trying to just outnumber New Berlin West, and they were ready for that, and they had people over there, and they stuffed that pretty well.
Looks like they will punt this one away here at midfield, as Derek Watt does the punting as well. Jake Lieben standing deep inside his own 20, waiting the punt. Got to be wary of a fake here. And it's one of those spread punts we see from time to time. Lieben will let it bounce inside the 5, and it'll roll in the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, that's what that rugby punt where the guy, he's a left footer, so he ran to his left and was able to kick it on the run. He didn't get the good bounce. He got the end over end, and it rolled into the end zone, and gets a touchback out of it.
Everyone at Thursday Night Lights asks you to support Allstate and their X the Text program. Allstate and My24 urges students and their families to stop texting and driving by pledging to X the Text. Students can sign a pledge at the Allstate booth at all of our Thursday Night Lights games, or they can go online to allstate.com/teen to get more information. From their own 20, 1st and 10. No score. Pirates and Vikings tonight. Bledsoe going to keep it himself. Tries to go up the middle. Maybe got a yard or 2 before he was stopped there. Dan Brown, defensive tackle, there to make the play for Pewaukee.
I think what New Berlin West was trying to do there, they put trips out here. I think that's the first time tonight they've had trips, and I think they're looking to see how they're covering it. Pewaukee is playing zone defense against the trips, but they're playing man-to-man against Mathwig when he's out there by himself, and that opens up a possibility of some one-on-one pass patterns.
Second down, 8, blitz coming. They pick it up. Bledsoe steps up, fires. It is caught out near the 40-yard line. Mathwig, the receiver, making the nice catch. Stecker on the defense, but it's a gain of 18 and a first down.
Well, you can tell in this pass that these two guys have been throwing the ball back and forth for 2 years, because he's very well covered. And the ball was right on the money. He went up and got it. That height really was an advantage there, and they were able to get the first down. Excellent play.
The First Bank Financial Center first down here on Allstate Thursday Night Lights. Chad Mathwig, we talked about him, 6'5", 210 pounds.
I'll tell you another thing, there's a lot of high school quarterbacks that would not have thrown that ball in there because they don't have the confidence that they have the accuracy to get it in there.
A little bit better field position to work with here. 1st and 10 from the 40. Bledsoe will drop back. Plenty of time. Throws back over the middle. Ball tipped by Watt, and it goes incomplete. Looked like he was intending that pass looking for Jake Lieben, and TJ Watt got a hand on it that time to knock it away.
Again, that was a good throw. See it right here coming right at us. Watt just jumps up and gets a tip on it. Now it was intended for Lieben.
It was Derek Watt actually got a hand on it, the middle linebacker.
That was TJ.
2nd down and 10. High snap, bobbled. Picked up by the running back, Vogel, up the middle across the 45 out to the 47-yard line.
Well, that's a play they might want to put in the book, you know. The bad snap recovery run up the middle. That wasn't what they had planned, but that's the way it worked out.
Let's get another look at this one here on the exchange.
A little bit high on the snap, as it looked like, yes.
Right off the
Bledsoe was
cage.
able to deflect it to Vogel. Vogel, great reaction. It might have been a running play by design, and so it worked out that way. It's hard to tell.
Well, 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 we'll call it here. They'll stack the line. Bledsoe with time, going to swing it out here near side. Catch is made, close to a first down. Adam Ruiz again.
Right.
Bello there to make the stop, and it should be enough for another New Berlin West first down.
Well, Pewaukee was bringing a couple of linebackers. They're not going to give them a chance to run it, and I think New Berlin West knows that and recognized it and ran the little flat route.
So they venture into Pirate territory for the first time tonight at the Pewaukee 48-yard line. Just over 5 minutes remaining here in a scoreless first quarter.
I'm very impressed by Dominic Bledsoe. He is an outstanding quarterback, and I haven't seen anybody so far this year, I think, that throws the ball any better than he does.
They'll spread him out for receivers. Bledsoe with time again. Able to go downfield, looking for Mathwig. It is broken up, incomplete. Looking for Mathwig. Ben Stecker got up, got a hand in it, knocked it away for the incompletion.
Well, that was excellent defense. Stecker was in position. The height didn't do any good that time. The defensive back was in the right spot, got his hand on the ball. And you see they had him double covered. Had Bellows behind and Stecker in front. That's kind of their plan for the night. And one of the keys to the game, I thought, was they need to spread the ball around. They're going to have to go to some of the other receivers, I think, and make it hurt a little bit so they can't double Mathwig on every play.
2nd and 10 from the 48 of the Pirates. They'll run a little spread options. They pitch back to Vogel. Vogel around the right side with room inside the 40 and wrestled down at the 36-yard line. Steve Vogel with a strong run, the senior 5'10", 175, brought down by Austin Hansen.
Well, that'll fix a lot of ills right there for New Berlin West if they can continue to run that, because they're backed off with free safeties behind the man coverage, and they're a little short up front.
This could be one of our Boucher big hits of the ball game here today as we take a look at this. Vogel coming around the right side and right there, driven to the turf. Our Boucher big hit of the ball game brought to you by Boucher Automotive Group. 1st and 10, New Berlin. Nice drive, started on their own 20. And again, they'll try and give it to Vogel, and he's going to be wrestled down in the backfield, thrown for a loss. Jordan Ederson able to make the play. Loss of 3 all the way back to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they bring Ederson in order to get a 4-man front, and he's a pretty good-sized kid, 6 foot, 6'6", 228. Yes, so that adds a little bit of beef up front and also makes the corner a little bit wider. And with Watt in the middle, that's a pretty solid 5 right there that'll be hard to run on.
Second and about 13, just inside the Pewaukee 40-yard line. Bledsoe with time once again. Now steps up, fires it high, incomplete, coming back to the near side. Looking for Cam Grossman, the intended receiver. Broken up on the play by Josh Berg.
Yeah, he had a receiver open on the outside. I think it was Liban was open out here on the edge of the formation, and he just didn't see him. And again, that was good defense. I'm impressed with Pewaukee's defense. They're playing him very tough. They're challenging him to go deep on him. They have thrown it deep a couple times, but it hasn't been able to make the connection.
Late getting this play in from the sideline.
We have to take a timeout here.
Dominic Bledsoe standing on that far side with his coaches before rushing in with the play. Here's Pewaukee's going to rush 3 here and drop 8 back, but nope, we're going to have a timeout. They took too much time.
Yep.
We'll take our break as well. 3:18 remaining first quarter, a scoreless first quarter in Pewaukee. The Pirates taking on New Berlin West in the All-State Thursday Night Lights.
Hey, we're here with Josh Monzinga, collision specialist for Boucher Automotive. Josh, thanks for getting involved with this thing.
thanks a lot. We really appreciate being part of it also.
Yeah, you guys do a great job. Hey, tell us a little bit about what you do for Boucher.
I do a lot of delegating with the insurance companies and handling with the customers and making sure that everybody's staying busy.
Hey, what's a busier time of year for you, summer or winter?
I would have to go with winter, especially with the weather.
You bet. Thanks again. This is Josh Monziga, collision specialist, Boucher Automotive. Let's get over to John Weiser and Dick Basham.
Well, the Pewaukee defense coming up big on 3rd and 13. Put a little pressure on Bledsoe that time, forced him to throw that one high.
Yeah. I think Mathwig would probably catch that 9 out of 10 times, but that was that one time where he didn't make the play.
It would appear they will go for it here on 4th down. So 4th and 13 for New Berlin West. Bledsoe flushed out of the pocket. Pumps once, now comes back over the middle of the field, and the catch is made for the first down. They come back over the middle of the field. Lieben with the reception and the first down. They'll put him down just shy of the 20-yard line.
Well, that was an excellent call by New Berlin West. They rolled him out away from the pressure. He got out where he could get under control. He looked back over the middle, found his receiver. Lieben's one of his favorite receivers. One of the best players they have on their team. He's very consistent, and they have a lot of confidence in what he can do when there's a first down.
27-yard pickup on that First Bank first down. 1st and 10. 3 receivers here to the near side. They'll run Wildcat to Lieben. Flag on the play as Lieben is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Flag thrown by our umpire, Dan Brown, making the tackle.
I couldn't tell if Lieben improvised there. They had 4 receivers out to the left side here, taking the quarterback out and making him one of the receivers. And Lieben took the ball and just took off to the right. He may be counting heads to see where the defense is and isn't, and that might be what happened on that play.
There's an illegal block here on New Berlin. Berlin West, our first penalty of the ball game. A veteran officiating crew here tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys who've been out there a long time. Might have been a chop block or something like that. Yes, that's what it was. You cannot block below the waist in the under certain conditions in that free blocking zone, and that's what it was.
So the 10-yard walk-off will make this a 1st and 20. 2:42 remaining in a scoreless first quarter here. A Woodland Conference battle tonight on our All-State Thursday Night Lights from Pewaukee.
Well, 1st and 20 isn't as big a challenge for a spread team as it is for a wing T team, so we'll see how they do. They have 4 downs here to get 20 yards.
Trips to the left side. They'll swing it out here. A little swing pass to the inside Ruiz. Ruiz breaks a tackle inside the 20 and out of bounds just short of the 15-yard line. Ben Bello there, the free safety, able to wrestle him down, but Ruiz gets most of that penalty back.
Well, I know Coach Mack has wanted his boys to buy into his system, and I'll tell you, they have those 2 wide receivers out there made excellent blocks. Look at that right there. There's an alley. He was able to go right in between them. Excellent blocks.
You just can't catch the ball in this program. You have to be able to block downfield.
The wide receivers are not pretty boys. They are football players. They have to block as well as catch.
This time they'll line up 3 receivers to the right of the formation. Single receiver here to the near side is Mathwig. They'll run option. Bledsoe going to keep it. It's going to be tossed down for a loss. Just inside the 30-yard line. Dan Brown able to chase him down and bring him down for a loss, setting up a 3rd and long. Loss of 2.
All right, that was that lead option play that was so successful the first time. But this time the alignment for Pewaukee was a little bit more balanced, and they were able to successfully attack it and take away the option.
He used to be a spy. Now he helps other people in trouble. The hottest show on cable now comes to network TV. Watch Burn Notice Wednesday at 7 on My 24. Another big 3rd down. They were able to convert on 4th and 13. Let's see how they handle 3rd and about 8 here. Call it 9. 3rd and 9 for Bledsoe and the Vikings, and he'll swing it out. Pass complete to Vogel. Vogel cuts it inside, breaks a tackle to 10, to the 5, and he's going to be stopped just shy of the goal line.
Yeah, that was nice. Very nice cutback.
Once again, it looked like Bello was the last man to finally bring him down before he got in the end zone, but what a cut by Vogel that time at the hash mark.
Yeah, to only be running this spread offense for about 5 weeks, well, maybe 7 weeks with the preseason practice, they are executing very well. You can see they have some seasoned veteran players out there.
So first and goal at the 1 for New Berlin West. Their second possession of the game. They stopped Pewaukee on the opening drive for the Pirates. Now fumble on the exchange. No, they got it in. Touchdown. Bledsoe on the keep. It looked like scrambling for a loose ball there for a minute. I thought the same thing, but it was Bledsoe got it in for the touchdown.
What he did is he just went to the left gap on to the left of the center and did a kind of a reverse roll into the end zone.
So Bledsoe punches it in. New Berlin West on the scoreboard. Brian Thiesenhuisen to tack on the extra point. It is on the way and good. Late in the first quarter, New Berlin West on a nice 80-yard drive, 16 plays, 80 yards, capped off by the 1-yard run by Bledsoe, taking almost 6 minutes off the clock.
Yeah, that was a nice drive. They had a couple big third down plays they converted. They went for it on fourth down and got it. I think that shows Coach Mack has a lot of confidence in his players, and when it ends with a touchdown, that really emphasizes that to the team. So now the tough thing is a lot of those guys have got to come back and play defense right away. They're not going to get a lot of rest.
Yeah, a lot of two-way players on this New Berlin team. We talked about it, a very small roster, just seniors and juniors up on varsity for this Viking program.
Yeah, I'm sure they're in excellent condition, running the spread. They're doing a lot of running in practice. I did see them practice this week, and they hustle a lot in practice. The coaches are on them to push themselves. While I was there, they ran 6 100-yard wind sprints in the middle of practice.
And the run up and the kick. It'll drift to the far sideline and get out of bounds. Not what you wanted to do there. They were going to keep it away from Derek Watt, the returner, but got too much of it and shanked it out of bounds.
See if they make him kick it over or take it on the 35. It looks like they're going to make him kick it again.
Yep.
They have confidence in their return team that they can do better than that.
Exactly right, and why not with Derek Watt back there?
Yeah, I guess if I had him back there, I'd probably give him a shot at it.
A threat to break one at any moment. Anytime he's got his hand on the football offensively.
Right.
So this would be a 5-yard penalty. A kick from the 35.
At 6 feet 210, he's, as a running back, bigger than most of the players that New Berlin West has. They have a few linemen that are a little bit bigger than that, but they're not going to be on the kickoff coverage team.
Kyle Goldsmith does the kickoff here, 6'3", 225-pound senior. And this will be a low liner that'll skip around and will fall on it at the 25-yard line.
Well, Pewaukee lost about 10 yards on that deal.
Covering that one up was Brad Miller, intermediate group of players in that special teams. So Pewaukee will handle it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line, trailing now for the first time 7-0 late here in the first quarter.
We'll see if maybe they come out and maybe throw a pass on first down here. They haven't thrown any passes yet, just to send a message, because they're packed up in there pretty tight.
They'll have Derek Watt lined up in a wing to the left. And they'll send the man in motion, Bellows, and there was movement, and the play whistle dead. So 1st and 15 for Pewaukee to start this drive.
See Pewaukee, a lot of guys running around back and forth. They're doing a lot of shifting, trying to create an imbalance there in the defense. The New Berlin defense is a 5-3 defense, which is a balanced defense by nature. They're not, right now, it's not being as successful, I think, as Pewaukee wants it to be.
We'll give it to Derek Watt, trying to come over the near side, and he was met head on right at the line of scrimmage. Zach Reitler was right there, the defensive tackle, to make the play for New Berlin West.
Yeah, that was a nice play. He was in the backfield, close enough to almost get the handoff. And it was a great tackle. It was right at the knees and cut him down.
So no gain on the play, 2nd and long. Under a minute remaining here in this first quarter. And Watt lined up in a wing to the left. Bellows in a wing to the right here. Bellows now in motion.
Counter.
And when the counter play to Watt, big hole, 30, 35, 40. Down the near sideline is Derek Watt. Nobody's going to catch him. He'll get to the 10, the 5, touchdown, Pewaukee.
Well, there's the wing T at his best right there. What it does is set up counter plays, misdirection plays as they're often called. And that was a misdirection play of the best kind right there. It's inside counter, as it's called. And you're giving it to one of the best players in the area in the state of Wisconsin, and that's what happens. And that's exactly what New Berlin didn't want to do, is give big plays, because it evens it up a little bit too fast. They need to make Pewaukee work for that.
His 10th touchdown this season, this one from 81 yards out. And he'll remain on the field here to try and tack on the extra point. Well, they're going to go for 2. They throw it in the back of the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Derek Watt throwing the pass to TJ Watt for the 2-point conversion. And Pewaukee will take an 8-7 lead here following the 81-yard touchdown run, the 10th of the season for senior Derek Watt.
That's probably a play they practice in the backyard at home. Actually, what happened there, they looked over at the sideline, and Coach Iverson gave them the signal to go for 2. And there it is right there.
Nicely thrown ball by Derek Watt, and he will be playing his college ball in the Big Ten next year at Northwestern as a linebacker.
That's right. Well, he needs to put on a little weight, which he can. He's 6 feet 210. He'll probably within 2 years be at least 230 pounds, and it'll be all muscle. Now, what that does, that 8-7 situation, it means that next time West scores, if they do, then they have to decide if they want to stay on the 7s, or if they want to go for 2 and take a chance of being down by 2 rather than 1.
Now Derek Watt scores the touchdown, throws the 2-point conversion. Will kick off here. Ruiz and Liban standing deep to receive. We get a look at Adam Ruiz at a 55-yard touchdown kick return against St. Thomas More earlier this year.
He's also an outstanding athlete. He's a left fielder on their baseball team. He got to the state tournament, and he's also an outstanding pole vaulter, which takes great skill, athletic ability. They do that little bluff to see if they can get an onside kick in. Of course, New Berlin West is up on that.
Liban will drift under it. Takes it across the 15-yard line, 20, 25, cuts it up the middle, 30, breaks it out to the 40-yard line. Liban with a nice return out to his own 40-yard line. A 23-yard pickup. Derek Folkert there to bring him down on special teams.
Well, Coach Mack told me that he thinks Liban is probably the best all-around football player they have. He plays, he was in the Wildcat, he plays defense, he plays offense, he returns kicks, and he made a very good cut there. He's not a big kid, not extremely fast, but he's a very heady football player.
There you get a good look at the Pewaukee coach, Clay Iverson.
Yeah, Clay's got a lot of enthusiasm, I'll tell you.
Dominic Bledsoe back in at quarterback, 3 receivers to the right, and he will hand it off to Vogel, and he is met in the hole, ball loose. Let's see if they whistled it down. Derek Watt.
I can tell you who made the tackle just by watching it.
Vogel on the carry.
Vogel on the, let's say he kept it, no fumble. That'll end our first quarter here in Pewaukee. A late touchdown and 2-point conversion by the Pirates. They have a 1-point lead going into the second quarter on All-State Thursday Night Lights. (8-7) Pewaukee leading New Berlin West. Before we get started the second quarter, Mike McGivern down on the sideline.
Hey guys, just 3 plays prior to Derek Watt taking that to the house, Coach Iverson said, 20, you need to make a play. 20, you need to make a play. Well, you know what? I love players that listen to their coaches. He went out and made a play. Back to you.
All right, Mike. Doing what the coach says, you bet.
Well, a lot that had to do with that. It was a great call on the play, too.
Bledsoe Deep drop, trying to swing it back near side. Looking for Louise here, incomplete. TJ Watt out there in coverage.
Bledsoe is going off the field. He got nailed pretty good on that play. And he's going. He's just going to get the play, maybe, but he is holding his arm like it's not feeling too well.
Yeah, he'll run immediately to the sideline and get the play directly from the coach on the sideline, but he did take a hit on that last play. So 3rd and long here, 3rd and about 12 for New Berlin West. They've converted a couple of long 3rd downs, 1 4th down on their touchdown drive in the first quarter. They'll send 3 receivers here to the near side. Bledsoe with plenty of time. Now protection breaks down. Able to be chased out of the pocket. Bledsoe still on the scramble. Now steps up. Has a man out there looking for Mathwig. Over the shoulder catch. Breaks the tackle. He could take it all the way and will. Touchdown, New Berlin West.
Just the way they drew it up. Yeah, just the way they drew it up in the playbook, I'll tell you. That is a fantastic play.
Give Mathwig a lot of credit. Bledsoe under a lot of pressure. And he came back to his quarterback, gave him a little seam, a little alley.
That was a catch over his left shoulder with good coverage. What can you say? That's athletic ability.
He was originally going to take that over the middle, dragged it back out to the sideline, noticing his quarterback in trouble, tried to give him something just to lead him to the sideline for that catch. Mathwig with a big reception. And the extra point is on the way, and it is good. 14-8.
You know, there wasn't really, Pewaukee didn't do anything really drastically wrong in that play other than give the quarterback a little time. But they had it well covered. That was a great athletic play by Bledsoe and Mathwig, and that's why they are where they are this year.
Well, a real fan cam tonight, presented to you every week by Wendy's. Wendy's, you know when it's real. And Wendy is here tonight.
Well, that didn't take long.
You know, you talk about Derek Watt, big player making a big play. Chad Mathwig, their big player, stepping up, making a big play for New Berlin West. Yeah,
that's true. You know, Bledsoe has completed, last year he was 61 for 108. No, that was last year he was 100 out of 160. 62% this year. At start this game, he was 61 out of 108, 56%. That 31 touchdowns and only 10 interceptions. That's pretty good completion interception TD ratio right there.
His 17th touchdown pass of the year, and for Mathwig, that is his 10th touchdown reception of the year. So Bello and Watt standing deep. Low line drive. Bello will pick up at his own 6. Takes it to the 20. Big seam out across the 30, and he has one man to beat, and the kicker brings him down. Bellows with the return out to his own 46-yard line, a 40-yard return, and ran into the kicker, and I mean he ran into the kicker.
Well, that's a big kicker.
Kyle Goldsmith, 6'3", 225.
Yeah, he's the biggest player on the Berlin West team, and he was right smack in the way, right in the middle of the field. I actually did not see him. I thought he was going to run it all the way, and all of a sudden, it's like he jumped up out of a hole and tackled him.
We could call that the Boucher big hit collision. I think so.
Save the day collision as well.
A good field position here for the Pirates. There we go, play action. First pass of the game. Going to toss it out. Far sideline looking for Watt. It's broken up, incomplete.
That's Liban.
Liban out there, the defensive back, able to break that one up, looking for Derek Watt down the sideline. So a little razzle-dazzle, if you will, here for Pewaukee, going to a play-action pass.
Well, a running team, they don't normally run on first down. It's a good time to do it. New Berlin West is playing man-to-man, so it didn't fool the defense, and he was in great position to make that play. That was a good throw.
Just to keep the defense honest, keep you thinking back there. 2nd and 10. All just across their own 45-yard line. And they'll hand it off. This is the fullback, Kotz. The second carry of the game. Takes it into New Berlin territory at the Viking 48-yard line. Zach Reitler there to make the tackle.
Well, Kotz has carried the ball 71 times coming into this game this year, and he's averaging 5.6 yards for on each carry. He's got 3 TDs, so that's what the wing T depends on, keeping that fullback up the middle and keeping the defense honest.
3rd and 5 for the Pirates. Movement up front, and that'll be a first down here, I believe, as they got the defensive line to jump. Zach Reitler, we just talked about his brother Jake. Zach, the other twin, 5'10", 210, guilty of the encroachment.
Most likely the quarterback called on the long snap count. He kind of lulled him to sleep, calling plays on a similar on an early count, and all of a sudden you go on 2 or on 3, and it sometimes catches somebody by surprise, and you get yourself a free 5 yards.
It'll be 3rd and less than a yard here for the first down.
3rd and 1 for the Pirates.
Get him up to the line of scrimmage. Watt lined up in a wing here to the near side. He'll go in motion. He'll get the call. He'll get the first down, spinning forward. Down about the 42-yard line. Derek Watt will pick up the first down.
Well, that's about as old a play as there is in football. You fake to the fullback, pull the ball out, and give it to the halfback following him through. And easy first down.
A first bank first down for the Pewaukee Pirates. Jake Reitler credited with the tackle on that last play, but good pick up there by Derek Watt. 1st and 10 Pirates. They trail now 14-8. We're early in the second quarter here in Pewaukee.
Getting close to 4-down territory.
Watt in motion. And a counter going the other way. This is Bellows. Bellows with a big run. Has a chance to the goal line. Touchdown, Pewaukee.
Well, again, that's classic wing T football.
It'll be a 42-yard touchdown by Ben Bellows, the senior running back.
Fake the ball to Watt, who's the big gun. He's the guy that makes things happen, and then turn back inside and hand it to the wing back coming with a pulling guard in front of him, and or maybe possibly a tackle, and right up the middle of the field.
Gets in the end zone for the first time this season. Now we'll see if they decide to continue with 2 or if they just tack on the 1-point conversion here.
They decided they're going to kick it, so they bring everybody back inside.
Again, Derek Watt does the kicking. Brock Bateman, the quarterback, on the hold. A left-footed boot here. And it is up and good. 15-14 Pewaukee. Early in the second quarter, they answer New Berlin's big play with a 42-yard play of their own, getting it in the end zone.
You know, Bellows also made a really nice cut in the secondary. He had the free safety. Zach Schmidt was right there looking him in the eye, and he made a cut and stepped out of that tackle to free himself up to go the extra 20 yards for the touchdown.
Well, everyone at Thursday Night Lights asks you to support Allstate and their X the Text program. Allstate and My24 urge students and their families to stop texting and driving by pledging to X the Text. Students can sign a pledge at the Allstate booth at all of our Thursday Night Lights games, or they can go online to allstate.com/teen and get more information. A concerned look on that Vikings sideline by the coaching staff.
That was Coach Mack on the left and his defensive coordinator, Matt Krill, on the right. I'm no surprised there's a number of big plays so far. I thought maybe it'd be a little bit tighter game, but there are some good athletes here, and I think they're showing that athletic ability.
Scoot punt kick, if you will. It goes to the short man up front. Nice return. Derek Watt, the kicker, there to make the play on the return man for New Berlin. And that was Jacob Peterson on the return that time for New Berlin.
You know, you can see that when he hits, he's a little bit different than a lot of high school kids. When it's a good solid hit and the guy stops and he usually goes backwards, which is probably the main reason that Northwestern thinks he can play football for him.
Well, good field position here for the Vikings. They'll send 3 receivers to the left. And they'll hand off. Vogel trying to get nowhere. Tim Semrel, senior, making the play in the backfield for a loss of 3. Nice read that time.
Yeah, it was. He came right in behind the play and got it from behind. Never had a chance.
Loss of 2 yards on the play.
So second and a good 12 here for New Berlin West.
Right now, the running game for New Berlin West is pretty much a keep you honest type of thing. It's not going to win the game for them, most likely. And they're going to have to stay with their passing game. But they've got to run the ball just to keep the defense from laying their ears back and getting pressure on the quarterback. You can see they have 4 defensive linemen in there now.
Bledsoe with time. Comes back near side, completes the pass across the 45 and out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Adam Ruiz, the senior, with the reception. It'll be a gain of about 10. TJ Watt, the sophomore, brings him down.
Hopefully you can see on the replay coming up here that he was reasonably well covered. There was 2 people, but he still had room to get the ball. There you can see him. He got advantage on him the outside. And that ball was thrown right on the money. That's not an easy throw. Not an easy throw.
Officially a gain of 9. Sets up a 3rd and 3 now for New Berlin West. Again, the play getting in late to Bledsoe on that sideline. He'll hustle it in. 3 receivers to the left. Single back is Vogel in the backfield. Bledsoe with the blitz coming. Breaks 1 tackle, now cuts it upfield, across midfield into Pirate territory at the 46-yard line. We'll get the first down, and by all rights should have been stopped for a loss. Dan Brown finally making the tackle.
Well, Bledsoe has very good awareness of what's going on in the play. He had all the receivers out to the left. Things were covered out there, and right away he brought the ball down, took off to his right. Had no receivers over there, but did have room to get a few yards.
So Bledsoe on the scramble.
He's got to be tired running back and forth from the sideline to get the play. Of course, he doesn't play defense, so I guess he'll get a chance to rest.
Again, 3 receivers to the left of the formation here. Try a little wide receiver screen out to Ruiz, and it's read well, broken up just across the line of scrimmage by Austin Hansen.
Yeah, they just basically dumped it out there to him, and the defense came up and kind of blew the play up, as they say.
Was able to get 3 out of it, so 2nd down and 7.
You see a shot of Coach Iverson.
Clay Iverson, the head coach for Pewaukee.
5 years. This is his 6th year. All 5 years they've been in the playoffs. Last year they lost in the second round to Reedsburg, 14-7. Reedsburg went on and won the state championship. It's a really disappointing day, I think, for Pewaukee. I think they thought they had a chance to go for it, but didn't work out.
Bledsoe rolling right. Pumps once, now 2nd time, finds his receiver, completes the pass. Grossman with the catch. Should have enough for a first down at the 32-yard line. TJ Watt and Ben Stecker making the play. Ben Stecker on the tackle.
This is a nice play. Both outside receivers went down about 6 yards and turned in. They weren't open immediately, and then they just switched positions. The inside guy worked his way out, and the outside guy worked his way back inside. The defense kind of lost track of him, and he was able to throw the ball right in the crease to him.
1st and 10 West from the Pirate 33.
This playing in the hands of New Berlin West, able to move the ball, pick up some first downs, flip the field position, and take some time off of that clock. 7:40 remaining here in the first half.
They're very patient. They're very confident in what they can do. They don't get flustered. The down and distance doesn't bother them. They know they can get 10 yards at a crack if they need to.
Bledsoe look left, nothing there. Going to keep it himself up the middle. Gets it inside the 30 and brought down at the 28-yard line. Derek Watt there to make the tackle.
That's the same thing that happened a couple plays back. They had it covered. The play had no chance. Well, rather than trying to fit it in there and make a bad throw, he brought it down, took it up the field, got half the first down distance.
Well, a timeout being taken here. It was signaled against New Berlin West. So timeout on the field with 7:08 remaining. Gives us a chance to remind you that tomorrow night, Clark Kent continues on his epic journey to become the Man of Steel. With familiar friends and foes returning and a new dark force looming, you won't want to miss a moment of the final season of Smallville, and tomorrow is no exception. So make sure to catch Smallville Friday night at 7 on CW 18.
Well, this is a really good timeout for New Berlin West. I think it's a good call by the coach. he's got a lot of guys playing both ways. All right, they have a good drive going. They got 2nd and 5, which is certainly in their favor where they are in the position of the field. They got 3 downs to get 5 yards. Get the team a chance to get a little rest for the push here, because if they can get this touchdown, then again they'll go up by 6 points, and that's big. They can't waste any opportunities that they have.
Well, 2nd down and 4 following the timeout. 3 receivers left side. Mathwig single coverage here near side. They'll swing it out to Ruiz. Makes the catch down the far sideline. Down about the 15-yard line before he's finally wrestled down there. Austin Hansen there to make the stop defensively for the Pirates.
Yeah, they ran that screen a little bit different. They were able to get outside position with the outside receivers on the defense, and then the inside receiver swings to the outside on what's called a bubble screen, and they dump it to him, and he's down the sidelines, almost like a punt return.
They'll spot him at the 14, 1st and 10. Another first down on this drive for New Berlin West. And again, very patient here with the play calling.
They take their time getting the play in. They are very confident.
Under 10 seconds remaining on the play clock. The back judge counting it down. Now Bledsoe rolling right. Still on his feet, going to the back corner of the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Vikings. Ruiz with the catch to the back corner.
That was a great throw and catch. Bledsoe was being chased to his right. Ruiz is running across the end zone at pretty much full speed. You see, here's the quarterback, and you'll see Ruiz right there, down in the end zone. Watch this, 1 foot down and out of bounds. That was excellent. Awareness of where he was on the field.
How about Bledsoe running right, able to put enough air under that ball over T.J. Watt, who was defending, just got it up over his hand.
I have to say, I'm very impressed by New Berlin West and how they've been able to, their patience, their confidence in each other. And that Bledsoe throws that ball into very small openings, and the receivers go get it. And Pewaukee is not playing bad football, I have to say. They're getting as much pressure as they can. They've got free safeties in the secondary, but this is a very well-drilled New Berlin West team. To see why they've won so many games.
8 plays, 60 yards, 3 minutes, 51 seconds. The final 14 on the pass from Bledsoe to Ruiz. For Bledsoe, his 2nd touchdown pass tonight. He now has 18 on the year to go with 3 interceptions.
Now, what I'm interested to see as we go on through this game is if fatigue becomes a factor for New Berlin West. Just with so few players and so many playing both ways, and Pewaukee having more players and able to rotate in and out, not so many playing both ways, we'll see if that becomes a factor.
Watt and Bellows standing deep. Goldsmith with the short kick, picked up immediately at the 30-yard line. Fleetwood there to cover it up. Matt Fleetwood, a senior, able to make the play on special teams. So pretty good field position here for Pewaukee. Still plenty of time remaining here in this first half. Just over 6:21 to play, 21-15 the score.
I think they're saying they're not going to let Watt or Bellows take it back on him. They're going to kick it down in there, and they're willing to give it up at the 30-yard line, which isn't too bad a field position. Not as good as being at the 20 from touchback. So the counter play has been the big play for Pewaukee. They've thrown 1 pass. Interesting to see what they do now.
Watt in a wing here to the near side. They drag the receiver in motion. And it's Bellows coming around the near side across the 35, out near the 40-yard line. Wrestled down inbounds. Zach Scholes, the nickel back in there now.
Nice
the defensive backs in there. Did a nice job bringing him down close to the first down marker.
Pewaukee got that corner pretty fast. They were able to get around the corner. That was a little bit too easy, I think, and Bellows showed that he's got good speed.
He averages over 6 yards per carry. He's got 1 touchdown on the season. This time,
there's the counter.
The counter play. Kotz gets the first down. very close to it anyways. He needed to get across the 41.
That was a little bit of an unusual counter. Usually the fullback is not the counter runner, it's the wingback or the halfback.
2-yard gain is good for a
Teddy Byrne in on the stop. Should be enough for a first down. It is a first bank first down for Pewaukee. So 1st and 10 for the Pirates across their own 42-yard line. 5.5 minutes to go here in this first half. Little play action pass. Bateman going to swing it out. Completes to Kotz across midfield into New Berlin territory. Again, close to another first down. Scholes again making the stop.
Well, there they faked it to the fullback, and then the fullback just kept right on going into the flat, and he was very open. It's a little dump pass to him, and he's got 9 quick yards.
Gain of 9. The officials are going to stop play. I think they're going to bring the chains into measure here.
Yeah.
So an exciting ball game. A lot of big plays here.
This is a well-played game by both teams. Both teams are very well coached. Their styles are different, and it's really fun to watch two good teams like this go at each other with the best they've got. You know.
Last year, Pewaukee prevailed 42-27. They've won 3 straight in this series. But
both teams were in the playoffs last year. Pewaukee was a solid team. They won 10 straight and then lost to Reedsburg, as I said earlier. And they've lost 19 out of 22 starters, I believe it was. And so they had to rebuild. Coach Iverson said the guys that are playing this year were playing JV last year at this time.
Watt goes in motion. They'll pitch to him, trying to get the corner on the right side, spinning out of a tackle inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line. Teddy Byrne again able to make the stop defensively for the Vikings.
Now, Teddy Byrne's playing one of the linebackers. He was a wide receiver for him last year. He had several catches. This year he's on the defensive side of the ball.
Give him a gain of 3. Sets up a 2nd down 7 for the Pirates. Again, Watt lined up in a wing here to the near side. Bellows in a wing to the far side. They'll roll the tight end over to the right. Now Watt again in motion. This time they'll go to Kotz, the fullback. Powers his way forward. Inside the 40 and then driven back at the 37-yard line. Byrne again off that linebacker spot. Able to make the play.
An inside counter play. I notice, I don't know if you can tell on the that the quarterback kind of brings that ball up high over his head. It's kind of a distraction idea that the linebackers end up watching the ball, and they sometimes end up getting blocked a little bit easier.
Gain of 8 and a first down inside the 40-yard line. This time they'll give it to Watt. Watt again struggles forward inside the 35, down about the 32-yard line.
I think we're seeing the raw power of Pewaukee take over a little bit on New Berlin West. There's a little bit of a size differential, not a significant one, but there's a little size differential. And plus, we got New Berlin guys are playing both ways, and the Pewaukee guys aren't. And it's getting down to the end of the first half here.
And Derek Watt coming around the right side. Watt inside the 20. About the 19-yard line. Derek Watt with a nice run that time around the right side. I believe it was Scholes who brought him down as we take a look at it.
Yeah, he's so good at making that first guy miss. There's also very good blocking. There's a guard down there that helped him out. 52 is Richard Crane. He was down around the corner and really cleared the way for him. That was a well-conceived and run play.
Another first bank first down for Pewaukee on this drive. We're late in the second quarter. They trail by 6 here. Again, trying to come up with the run as the quarterback, Bateman. And it was Zach Reitler.
I think he actually gave it. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought he gave it to Bellows, but maybe not. One of those two, 12 or 15. But you're seeing this multi-prong attack now, where we got Watt going to the right, Bellows coming back to the left, the fullback up the middle. The quarterback really hasn't carried yet, but one of the better plays in this offense is a quarterback bootleg where he fakes it and keeps it.
Now they'll bring Derek Watt into a receiver position here on the near side. And play's going to be whistled dead.
Jumped.
Flag on the play. A false start penalty here on Pewaukee. We were talking before the game, Dick. We were talking about the Pirates practice this week. What they ended up doing after their loss to Brown Deer.
Well, Coach Iverson was a little bit less than pleased with some of the effort last week in the tough loss to Brown Deer, and he thought doing up downs was a good idea to maybe bring him back to focus. And when I was out here watching, they were running plays, and Coach Iverson was running right down the field with them. And when they got to the end of the play, everybody's down on the ground doing up downs. And I think, from what I can see, they got the message.
Watt in motion. Bateman play action, going to throw over the middle, caught by Bellows inside the 15, brought down at the 13-yard line. Play action between Bateman, I should say, and Bellows, and it was Jake Rink who brought him down.
What?
Sam, are you there? Can you hear me? Sam.
Nice pick over the middle that time.
Sam, can you hear me?
Movement up front again, trying to anticipate the count that time. Zach Reutler jumping offside. So it takes him out of 3rd and short, brings him up to a 3rd and long here, as we have 1:49 remaining in this first half. So encroachment the call.
Offside penalty against the Vikings.
And it goes against the Vikings, so it will be a first down, 1st and goal for the Pirates now, just inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 9. So a huge break on the penalty here. Sets up a 1st and goal situation for the Pirates. And Watt going over the right side, cuts it to the goal line, touchdown, Pewaukee. Derek Watt into the end zone. And Pewaukee has tied it with Watt's touchdown. As we get a look at this one, Watt coming around the right side.
Just a wing tee off-tackle play. The fullback comes in. The fullback goes up the middle like he's going to run a quick hitting play. He replaces the left guard who was pulled out. That would be Crane, number 52. Went around the corner, led the play into the end zone. It's just a classic wing tee play. Well, it's a very effective offense. It uses misdirection, deception. Bateman has done a good job at quarterback. They're not asking him to do a lot back there other than manage the game, hand it off, and when we do call a pass, well, I throw it to the open receiver, and he's been able to do that so far.
Derek Watt to tack on the extra point. It is on the way, and it is good. A 1-point lead for Pewaukee. 1:37 remaining here in this first half. We'll step out in exciting All-State Thursday Night Lights from Pewaukee.
Hey, we're here with Robert Simpson from Wisconsin State Patrol. Robert, click a ticket, why risk it? Big part of what your message is.
That's correct. There's 2 things you're going to end up having to do. Either you're going to pay a ticket from me that I'm going to issue you for not wearing a seatbelt, or it's going to be a crash where you're ejected out of the vehicle and possibly die.
Man, that's a great message. Hey, keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Let's get back to the action.
Thank you.
Now the kickoff will drift here to the near sideline. Lyman picked it up. He'll take it across the 20. Out across his own 30 to the 32-yard line. It looked like it might have trickled out of bounds had he let it go. Too close to chance it there. Yeah, too close to call there. So let's see how New Berlin West will play this one out here. Trailing by 1, 1:32 remaining. They have 2 timeouts remaining.
I don't think they're going to sit on it. When you're a spread team, you have a belief that you can move the ball in short distance or a long distance in a short amount of time, especially if you have a couple timeouts to work with.
3 receivers to the left. Vogel, the lone man in the backfield. Bledsoe from shotgun. Blitz coming. He'll give it to Vogel. Vogel able to run it up the middle. Across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Right where that blitzing linebacker vacated, found a spot.
Well, Pewaukee's kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. They have to play pass. They don't want to give them a cheap one here. They've got a lot of guys committed to the pass. They're rushing 3, and they've got 2 linebackers in position to possibly deal with run. But once they get the ball moving like that, the gaps open pretty fast and pretty big.
Trips left here on 2nd and short. Bledsoe looks to throw, and it is intercepted. Picked off out there by Ben Stecker in the middle of the field, right at the 45-yard line. Let's get a look at this. Bledsoe was looking left, then quickly turned to his right. Right into 4 defenders that time.
Yeah, that was pretty well covered. And Stecker was kind of hanging back, and he broke really well on the ball. He was one of the free safeties. Broke on the ball and made a nice play, very nice play. Now we'll see what Pewaukee does.
Our first turnover of the night.
They're going to
throw it here. Bateman going over the middle, has a man out there.
Nice
Leaping
catch.
grab, couldn't hang on to it, incomplete. He's looking for Ben Stecker.
Stecker again, guy who just made the interception.
2nd and 10.
Broken up out there by Adam Ruiz. Stops the clock with 48 seconds left.
That was a well-thrown ball. I mean, that was catchable. It's a tough catch. It's coming over his head.
So 2nd and 10. Bateman will get them set. Derek Watt in motion. They'll give a counter play to Bello. Big hole up the middle. Across the 40, breaks a tackle, 30, 25-20 down the far sideline, angles to the pylon, touchdown Pewaukee. 54 yards on the run by Bellows.
That was a great run. That's an inside wing-back counter again. We'll see. Gets in the secondary. It's like.
And the only thing he did wrong there was had the ball in the wrong hand.
Jake Reitler had a chance to get in, but Bellows got some help there from blockers and was able to make it all the way to the end zone. That was interesting. You were thinking about New Berlin West going down and trying to score, and all of a sudden it's Pewaukee in the end zone.
They're going to go for 2. They'll run the option. The pitch back goes to Bateman from Watt, and it is the 2-point conversion. So they convert and go up by 9, 30-21. Here's another look at that touchdown run by Ben Bellows.
Here he comes right there he is, right there coming up the middle. Cuts back, hits the flow, stumbles a little bit. You can see 54. Reitler had a chance at him, but didn't quite have the speed.
After we saw that Packer game on Monday night, got to turn that football over to the other arm, keep it to the sideline, keep it to the boundary.
Well, since he scored, we'll let it go this time. All right.
Well, New Berlin West now has to get going here as we got the touchdown here late.
All right, Pirate fans,
Mack.
count them off. That's another.
Pewaukee, I think, is going to get the ball first the second half. So
National Guard.
it'd be nice if they could get something. It's not likely. 37 seconds is not much time to go 70 or 80 yards, but especially with the defense hanging back the way they're going to be back. They're going to let you run it, but they're not going to let you throw it.
Well, be sure to listen to the Wendy's Varsity Blitz Scoreboard Show Friday nights at 7 on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP. Get updates and scores from all the area high school football games. That's the Varsity Blitz Scoreboard Show on WSSP 1250 on the AM dial. Lieben breaks it outside across his 30 and stumbles down at the 37-yard line.
I like the way he played. Lieben, he is an excellent player. He's not flashy, but he's always aware of what's going on. Just one of those kids who has a knack for the game of football. It's fun to watch him play.
Again, 2 timeouts remaining here for the Vikings.
Well, you're going to see a lot of guys playing pass defense right now with 37 seconds. They're going to rush 3 guys. They got 3 guys 15 yards deep. Another 5 guys 10 yards deep.
They'll throw it short. Ruiz. Swing pass out across midfield with some running room. Turns and gets out of bounds. Gets enough for the first down and able to stop the clock. Josh Berg able to chase him out of bounds.
Well, that's a case of take what they give you. They're not giving you the ball down the field, so throw it behind the line of scrimmage and run with it. Everybody becomes blockers.
Did the smart thing, able to get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Right.
That could be one of our smart plays of the game, brought to you by the Wisconsin National Guard. We'll keep that in mind as we progress through the evening here in Pewaukee. So 1st and 10. Now officials are stopping play here.
Timeout.
Timeout taken, I believe, by Pewaukee, called by the coach Clay Iverson. So big plays throughout this first half, Dick. Each team coming up with play after play here to keep things interesting.
It's been a fun game. It's been a very entertaining game. We've got to see the athletic ability of both teams, their strengths, and maybe I think their weaknesses a little bit as well. That's what the game is all about. Football's somewhat of a checkers or chess game, however you want to look at it. You try to exploit the other team's weaknesses. You do what you do best, and we've seen each team's best tonight, that's for sure.
We talk about that blue division of the Woodland Conference, 3-1 record for New Berlin West coming in. Pewaukee at 2-2, each chasing Brown Deer right now, thinking if Brown Deer stumbles down the road, win here tonight by either team, they've got a good shot.
That's true, yeah, and Brown Deer is a quality football team. They can put points on the board. Their defense, they have given up points. They beat Greendale. Brown Deer beat Greendale in overtime. They hung a pretty good one on Pewaukee last week, and that's not a good sign for everybody else, to be quite honest with you, but you never know in high school football.
See how the Vikings play it here. And so rolling out near side, completes the pass to Mathwig inside the 35 and out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
Again, I think they're kind of willing to give him that play. Now we're down to 17 seconds, probably enough time to run 3 more plays, I would say. I don't think New Berlin West has a kicker that can kick a long field goal. Thiesenhuisen is their kicker. Based on what I saw on the extra point, he's not going to kick a 40-yard field goal.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down, getting out of bounds, stopping the clock with 17 seconds to play. Mathwig again will line up here to the near side in single coverage. They'll put 4 receivers out to the left. Empty backfield for Bledsoe. Steps up, now on the scramble. Bledsoe trying to get out of bounds and does, just shy of the 25-yard line. Smart play there by Dominic Bledsoe as the protection broke down. He was in the middle of the field and wisely maneuvered his way here to the near sideline to get out of bounds. Richard Crane finally able to push him out for the Pirates.
He shows great awareness out there, but what he's dealing with. Doesn't panic. Probably the one play he'd like to have back is that interception he threw just a few minutes ago, but you can't fault the guy for going for it.
The Berlin West will take their second timeout of the half. They have 1 remaining.
Well, they have time for 2 plays here. So if that allows them to throw the ball in the middle of the field if they can get somebody open. There's a lot of defense there. But if they do throw it in the middle of the field, then they have the ability to stop the clock and maybe take a shot at a field goal. We're down by 9, so certainly a field goal wouldn't hurt anything.
Well, West with a ton of points over the last 3 weeks, 157-28. They've outscored their opponents the last 3 weeks.
That spread teams are that way. They can put a lot of points on the board, and especially a team like this with the athletes that they have. And they have them in the right spot. Their offensive line, we haven't said much about that tonight, but they're able to give Bledsoe time to see what he's dealing with, and they stay with their blocks and give him a chance to run if he needs to.
Their only losses this year to Whitnall and South Milwaukee.
Right.
Second and short. Bledsoe rolls left, now comes back right, going for Mathwig in the back of the end zone. It is intercepted.
Stecker again.
Yep, Ben Stecker with the interception. The pass overthrown just a little bit. Had Mathwig turned around, and Stecker was right there to make the pick, his second of the ball game.
Well, it was a good throw. He took a shot at Mathwig, 6'5", he might as well. And he just, in the corner of the end zone is a fairly safe place to throw it, but he just overthrew it. And that double coverage, man behind, man in front. And the deep man, Stecker, makes another nice play.
His second pick of the ball game.
I think
4 seconds left
take
here.
A knee here, I think.
Yep. And they'll take the knee here as Bateman and his Pewaukee Pirates will head to the locker room, leading here by a score of 30-21.
Still anybody's game.
Absolutely, a lot of points on the board here through one half of play. An exciting first half here for both of these teams. So Pewaukee, the homestanding Pirates, heading into the locker room with the lead. They get a couple of big plays and a couple of turnovers in the ballgame. The only two, the Stecker 2 interceptions. Well, before we get to our halftime programming, let's send it down to the sideline. Brian Calhoun with the coach for Pewaukee.
I am with Coach Iverson from Milwaukee. Overall, solid first half, but what does your defense need to do to stop Bledsoe from the other team?
Well, first of all, that's a good question. Nobody's figured out a way to do it yet, and we're kind of in that same boat. We got to find a better way to make plays when we have a chance to make them on the quarterback, and we just got to stay in coverage because the quarterback keeps plays alive. So we got to do a better job of keep doing battling. We did that a little bit at the end of the half, but it's going to be our offense staying on the field, then keeping him on the sideline is probably going to be the best for us.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Brian, thank you. Thank you, Clay Iverson. An exciting first half. Teams combined for 51 points. It's the Pirates by 9, Pewaukee 30, New Berlin West 21 on Allstate Thursday Night Lights.
Captain Emily Nelson. Seniors and looks forward to an awesome season.
Pirate lead here at halftime. Pewaukee over New Berlin West 30-21. Right now, we'd like to highlight a couple of very special students. The Boucher Automotive, proud to bring you tonight's presentation of our Scholar Athlete of the Week. Josh Monzingo from Boucher Automotive presented our Scholar Athlete of the Week to Mark Rapella from New Berlin West High School. Actually, that is Christine Cammers from Pewaukee. Christine has a 4.129 GPA, is ranked first in her class, and participates in softball and basketball. She's a member of National Honor Society and Leadership Club and was a representative at Badger Girls State. Christine is active in her church and local youth sports program. And we also presented the award to Mark Rapella from New Berlin West High School. Mark has a 4.158 GPA. He is ranked fourth in his class. He participates in football, volleyball, basketball, and track. And Mark has been to state for 2 sports. He is also National Honor Society president and is active in his church. Tonight's Scholar Athletes will be in the running to receive $5,000 scholarship, courtesy of the Boucher Automotive Group. One of our weekly Scholar Athletes will then be chosen to receive that award at the end of the season.
Congratulations, Lauren.
Let's go down to the sideline and Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, we're here with Tom Gordy. He is an Allstate insurance agent. Tom, thanks so much for Allstate to getting involved with the Allstate Thursday Night Lights High School Football Game of the Week. Grassroots marketing is really important to Allstate.
Great, yes it is. We're very happy to be involved, and we want to educate the young drivers with the X to Text program. It's a national program. We've had 80,000 plus people sign up across the country, and it's really been great. We're very happy to do it.
Your office is here locally. How many offices do you have?
Mike, I have 2 offices. I have one in Heartland, Wisconsin, and one in Wales.
Excellent. You've been at this for how long?
3.5 years.
You know, we just found out we're both East Side guys, used to run the same neighborhoods on the East Side. Come a long way, haven't we?
You bet, you bet.
You bet. Thanks again to Allstate for doing this, and good luck with this program. We're going to get to a break. Other side of the break, we'll head up to the booth for Dick Basham and John Weiser. Second half of a great high school football game. This is the Allstate Thursday Night Lights High School Football Game of the Week.
Coach Goodman would like to thank all of the seniors for their hard work.
9-point Pirate lead here at halftime, 30-21 on the Allstate Thursday Night Light edition in Pewaukee tonight. Enjoying our stay out here. And a very active first half. Teams combining for 51 points. Some big plays in that first half as we get a look at the scoring drives in that first half. As we get fired up to start our ball game, Pewaukee running in from their tunnel. And Austin Katz with the big run early on. The defense for New Berlin West setting them up. As they get on their second possession, they come up with some big third down conversions.
Yeah, that was a great throw and catch right there from Bledsoe to Mathwig. There was a broken play that Vogel grabbed it and took off.
Able to make positive yardage out of that, and then Bledsoe on the scramble.
This is where he throws back over the middle, I believe. Yeah, right there. That was a nice catch by Liban. Both teams very well coached. They really executed their plays well. they all had their moments, and we have a very competitive game. That was Ruiz, outstanding athlete, catching the ball and taking it down the sideline. This is Vogel, little swing pass, cuts it back upside, gets a couple blocks, nice play. Another swing pass to, that's the same play, just a different view. Good open field running, downfield blocking. This is a counter play to Watt. Yeah.
It was Watt's big touchdown run. Coming around the near side, Derek Watt.
He got 9 attempts for 124 yards, and he got a lot of it in that one.
And he throws the 2-point
jumper
conversion.
There for 2-point conversion to his brother.
Liven again with this big return.
Nice return here.
And then Bledsoe once again.
Gets out of trouble here. Nice block there by center. Throws it back, and a great catch by Chad Mathwig. One of the better receivers in the Milwaukee, in southeastern Wisconsin area, in the state of Wisconsin actually. I think he's going to make somebody a good college receiver. He's going to grow and he's probably going to be a tight end eventually. He's going to put on a lot of weight. Here's Bellows right down the middle of the field. Well executed counter play. Another great throw right there. That had a lot of zip on it to the outside of the field. Replay it right, yeah.
This leads to the New Berlin touchdown here late.
Nice throw again in tight coverage right there, but he got it in there. Rolling to the right. Ruiz is in the back of the end. There you see going across the end zone. Gets 1 foot down and out of bounds.
What a touch on that pass to get it over the linebacker Watt that time.
Throw. People don't have to understand how difficult that is.
Bellows again on that counter.
Yeah. Off tackle play. Watt showing you his good open field running ability. He's a power runner. He's a big kid. Nice pass over the middle from Bateman to Bellows. Watt will take it in, it looks like right here. A little bit of power showing up there now, and probably fatigue. There's probably the one pass that Bledsoe would like to have back, and the one that over the middle that ultimately went back the other way for a touchdown.
Yep, first of 2 picks by Ben Stecker here in that first half. Pirates leading by 9 here at the half. Second half action coming your way next in Pewaukee. Pirates by 9 as we get set to bring you third quarter action here in Pewaukee. A big Woodland Conference battle here tonight as we take a look at the numbers in that first half.
Well, they're pretty true to form. You see Pewaukee 249 yards rushing, 11 passing. That's how they make their living. And New Berlin West 222 yards passing with 43 yards rushing. Only 5 yards separating the totals. Probably the 2 turnovers, one of them leading to a touchdown, was probably the major difference in the score right now. But both teams are playing their game, I would say, and it's a matter, I think, in the second half of which team maybe can get that other team out of the game a little bit and maybe get some kind of control. Also, I think the fatigue factor for New Berlin West is going to be big. I think I saw some body language that said we're tired at the end of the first half, and I think Pewaukee's going to keep the pressure on them. There's no doubt about it.
Pirates getting that late touchdown, the momentum, they'll get the football to start the second half so they can build on that.
Right, they're going to have the ball almost 3 times in a row, and that's going to put the defense out there for New Berlin. It's going to expend that energy to stop them. It's much more difficult to play defense because it's always reactionary. Or offensive, you know what you're initiating, you know where you're going. Defense is reaction. It takes a lot more energy, and so.
Individual numbers: Derek Watt 9 attempts, 124 yards and 2 touchdowns. Bello 4 rushes, 105 yards and 2 touchdowns. And on the other side, Bledsoe passing for New Berlin West, 14 of 25, 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he was intercepted twice in that first half.
I think, 2 interceptions. I think one of them significant. The one at the end was a little bit of a prayer into the end zone. It was certainly a good play, but it didn't really affect the game. Mathwig has 3 receptions, 94 yards. That's probably a little bit under where they'd like to be, but Ruiz has picked up the slack, and he's got 7 receptions for 72.
Let's head down to Brian Calhoun with Aaron Mack.
I'm with Coach Mack from New Berlin West. Coach Mack, very solid first half by your quarterback with the exception of the 2 interceptions. But what does your defense need to do to stop the counter attack by Pewaukee?
Hey, that interception was on me at the end of the first half. We should just took a knee, got out of the first half. That one was on me, not on Dom, putting our defense in a bad position. Bottom line is we got to come back, do a better job of running to the football and doing our job. We're getting too far outfield. They're kicking us out and coming up underneath us. Give them credit. They did a hell of a job game planning.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
All right, Brian, thank you very much. Pewaukee with a 9-point lead going into the third quarter. We'll have third quarter action for you coming up next. The All-State Thursday Night Lights.
At Wendy's, you know when it's real.
Now our Wendy's sponsor here tonight in attendance. Wendy is here this evening, 30-21. Pewaukee leading New Berlin West here as we get set to start our third quarter. Look at Aaron Mack pacing the sideline for New Berlin West. Good call on, good question by Brian Calhoun there in that interview.
It's a good young coach. I was watching practice Tuesday, and they run a good practice. I think they did a great job of taking the personnel that they had coming in here for his first year with this group, and he's getting the most that he can out of them. And I think the toughest part of their schedule is ahead right now, but I think that if they can get a couple more wins, they're going to find themselves in the Division III playoffs probably.
Goldsmith with the kick. It'll be taken by Bello out across the 25 to about the 30-yard line. So good field position once again here for Pewaukee to start our second half.
I don't expect Pewaukee to change much. They're doing what they want to do. The counter play has been very effective for them. The fullback keep them honest and then wad off tackle. Occasional play action pass in there. That's the way the wing T works, and they're very good at it.
Both Watt and Bello over 100 yards rushing as Watt goes in motion to the far side. He'll take the pitch right side, trying to get the corner. Out across the 35 and out of bounds just shy of the 40-yard line. Derek Watt with another strong run. The senior 6'2", 210 pounds.
Well, I tell you what, as soon as I say that they're going to do what they did while they throw the toss play, which they hadn't run before, but part of their strategy could be to run that toss play to make those guys run on defense. Get them tired. I think that's something I would think about if I was coaching Pewaukee.
2nd and 1 for the Pirates. Bateman will give it to Kotz, the fullback. He'll get the first down and more out to the 45-yard line.
Yep.
Another first down here to start our second half for Pewaukee. Again, we'd like to thank First Bank Financial Center, our first down sponsor this season. First Financial Banking Center. Discover the community bank difference.
Kotz is he's a nice sized fullback, 215 pounds, 5'11", real compact, hard to get under him. Once he gets the pile moving backwards, he's going to get a couple extra yards.
From their own 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Kotz again gets the call, moving the pile forward out to about the 47-yard line. Nate Kirby, the nose guard, finally able to drag him down.
Good job by the defense that time. He only got a couple yards. He stuffed that up right away.
Gain of about 2 sets up 2nd down and 8, just underway third quarter here in Pewaukee. The homestanding Pirates leading New Berlin West 30-21.
Same formation, a double wing.
A double wing. They'll put Watt here on the near side in motion.
Play action pass.
And Bateman looking to throw, tosses it out to Derek Watt, makes the catch and goes out of bounds near the first down marker. Teddy Byrne chased him out of bounds for New Berlin West.
Well, it's a play action pass off the belly action to the fullback. The motion man goes into the flat. That was Watt, and it's a fairly easy pattern to run and complete. And Bateman did a good job of getting himself outside where he can see, getting his shoulders squared up, putting the ball right on the money.
Just short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Pewaukee. That's the fullback. Watt and Bello on the wings. Bello's in motion. They'll toss it to Bellows.
Oh,
Can he
wow.
get the corner? Ran into traffic, and he'll be stopped for a loss back at the 48-yard line as the Viking defense blew that play up. Kirby, I believe, and Thiesenhuisen were both there.
Yeah, they were all over that. I'm a little surprised that they called that play. They've been having good success with the fullback running right up in there. Maybe they just felt it would be too tight in there, and they tried to surprise him. But you got to give New Berlin West credit. They were all over it and made the play they had to, and now they're going to get the ball back.
4th and 4. The Pirates going to punt. Derek Watt to punt this one away. Lieben standing inside his own 20. Spread out. It's going to be a fake. Watt will cut it upfield. Near side gets the first down and more. The spread punt. They got him on the trick play as Watt ran it near side. And Kirby actually ran him out of bounds, but not before he picks up the first down as we get a look at it.
Well, I believe that I think they have enough confidence in Watt that he makes a decision whether he's going to kick it on the run or whether he's going to try to get the first down. And they were inside the 50-yard line, so it's a relatively safe play. It's not like giving them the ball deep in your own territory. But when you have a player like Watt who's got good judgment and is a big, strong kid, you can give him that kind of leeway and let him make the choice.
So they keep the drive alive on the 7-yard pickup, and the handoff goes to Kotz, the fullback, up the middle, moving people with him, takes him all the way down to the 25-yard line. Kotz with a strong run. Teddy Byrne finally got him down to the ground, but not before he takes it inside the 25-yard line as we get a look at this one.
We'll probably see the left guard pull across there and trap. Yep, there's Crane. Number 52 pulls across, traps the down lineman.
Hang on to that football, too. Protect that ball.
Yeah, that's one of the base plays of the
Derek Watt coming around the right side, down to about the 20-yard line.
Now that play right there, they just faked the play that they gave to the fullback and handed it to the halfback on the sweep.
Lieben was there, senior 5'9", 165, able to make the play, but a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4 upcoming. Opening drive of our 3rd quarter. Pewaukee moving the football.
Counter.
Give the counter to Bellows. Bellows met right in the teeth of that Viking defense.
That's probably something that West talked about at halftime, that they had to deal with that counter play, because that's really the play that's hurt them the most, and they were all over that one.
So no gain, sets up 3rd down and short here for Pewaukee. Jake Rink was there to make the stop defensively.
I think it's safe to say that they'll take 2 downs to get that first down here. They won't kick. I don't think that Watt has the leg to kick a 40-yard field goal.
Yeah, Clay Iverson didn't like something he saw out there, so he's going to take a timeout here and make sure of it.
Well, sometimes you call a play and then you say to yourself, maybe that's not a good idea. And that could be what happened.
Once again, we'll head down to the sideline. Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, I'm here with Tommy Haves. He's a district manager for Wendy's. Tommy, first and foremost, thank you so much for being involved in the All-State Thursday Night Lights High School Football Game of the Week.
Thanks. We at Wendy's are big on giving back into our local store communities, and we're privileged to be out here tonight.
Tommy, you've been doing this a long time. You've been with Wendy's 28 years. You've seen a lot of changes in your business.
Oh yes, we've gone back from the salad bar to our new line of our salads now. It's been a great transformation.
Excellent. Well, we thank you and Wendy's for your involvement in this. Let's get back up to the booth with John Weiser and Dick Basham.
And Wendy is here tonight. Yep, right. She's here. So Coach Iverson having a talk with his offense. Pleased with the call now that he's got in there.
We'll never know if he changed it or not. We'll just see what he decided.
The Bellows at a right wing and Watt here on a left wing, near side.
Still haven't run the quarterback on the boot yet.
We'll hand it off.
Straight give to the fullback. Yeah.
Kotz diving forward. He's going to be short of the first down by about a yard. It'll bring up 4th down. Another decision time here for Coach Iverson.
I think they'll pound it in there probably. Shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. That's what it was right there, straight ahead, and just a little bit too big a pile to get it all. Got to give the defense credit for stacking it up.
So another fourth down here. They converted earlier on the punt scramble, the spread punt. And we'll give it to Watt up the middle. First down and more, just shy of the 10-yard line. Derek Watt able to keep the drive going here for the Pirates.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Hughes in there to make the stop.
He's got the quickness. He's got the power. Straight ahead. In behind a good offensive line behind Crane and Heen and Jeske, the center.
Spotted at the 11. 1st and 10. Bellows again cuts it back up the middle to the 5, down to the 3-yard line. Lieben was there to finally bring him down.
That's the same play that Watt runs the other way, except he comes from the wingback position. Pull the guard right there. You can see number 72, Brad Miller, pulling out and kicking out that defensive end. So Bellows turns up and gets the yardage.
Pickup of 8, 2nd down and 2. And they'll give it to Derek Watt. He'll run it in from the right side. Touchdown, Pewaukee.
That's a pretty good statement right there by Pewaukee. I have to say they faked that punt, got the first down, and they went down and did their business and just powered it in there. This is let's
get a look at this one. Just take Watt right around the right side and right between the tackle and guard.
Well, I hate to say this, but in high school, many years ago, we ran this same offense. I'm having some flashbacks here of how they're running because it's the same thing, and it was a great offense way back then. It's a great offense today. And believe me, it's run coast to coast by a lot of schools.
They'll kick the extra point. This one is up and good. Derek Watt with the boot. 37-21. The drive takes up nearly half of this third quarter on the opening drive by the Pirates. An impressive drive. Derek Watt, his 11th touchdown this season, his 3rd tonight.
Yeah, he's really a difference maker. There aren't many. I believe, and I think most football coaches do, that this is the ultimate team game. It's not a one-man game, but he, in this situation this year in Pewaukee, he's a guy that can carry a football team the way, and I think he's shown that tonight by some of the things he's been able to do.
Everyone at Thursday Night Lights asks you to support Allstate and their X the Text program. Allstate and My24 urges students and their families to stop texting and driving by pledging to X the Text. Students can sign a pledge at the Allstate booth at all of our Thursday Night Lights games, or they can go online to allstate.com/teen and get more information. So a statement drive here by Pewaukee to start this second half.
Yeah, and I saw New Berlin West was working really hard on that particular punt, that rugby punt that they faked, and I'm a little surprised that they got caught with that.
Ruiz off the bounce, takes it up the middle to the 30, big hole across the 35, and moves the pile out near the 40-yard line. Will finally go down there. So a nice return for Ruiz. Sets up the Vikings 1st and 10. George Opelt, a sophomore, there to make the stop defensively on special teams for Pewaukee.
Well, I don't think the Vikings are going to go away and hide. They're going to come out and play their game, and they have the ability to score quickly, as we saw in the first half. And they're going to they can't give away points anymore. They've got to get a stop, get a touchdown, get a stop. Maybe do that a couple times here in the second half.
Bledsoe, 14 of 25, 222 yards in that first half. A pair of touchdowns and a pair of interceptions as he turns and gives to Vogel. Not much on the ground tonight, not much of a ground team, just 43 rushing yards in that first half.
This is what's called a zone read play. The quarterback is going to be looking at the defensive end. He just caught the tail end of it. He decides whether to give it or keep it by what the defensive end does.
Dan Brown credited with the tackle for Pewaukee. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 upcoming. Midway point of our third quarter.
Yeah, the time is flying. Pewaukee used up almost half the quarter in that drive.
3 receivers here to the near side on 2nd and long. Bledsoe rolling to his right.
Nice.
Now fires, got it over the linebacker. Mathwig with the catch to the 40, 35 up the middle. Gets it inside the 35 to the 33-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, the New Berlin receivers are very well schooled. As soon as they turn into their route, if they're not open, they immediately slide to the open space. I don't know if we'll be able to see that here, but Matthew comes down, he turns right there. Now he slides back inside. See how he slid inside, and Watt almost got his hand on it, but that's really good coaching.
And again for Bledsoe, rolling right with the touch, able to get it to his receiver, rolling to his right.
He's very good at throwing back against the grain a little bit, which is not something you like to see, but he's good at it, and he throws the ball hard, so he can get away with it.
First bank first down here for New Berlin West at the 33 of Pewaukee. Vogel with the carry. Lowers his head, gets to about the 31-yard line. Dan Brown again able to bring him down.
Both coaches are very proud of their team. They have both of them have really good students on their team. Some smart kids are very coachable. Bledsoe is a 3.6 student, I believe. 3.2, still a very good grade point at the B+. He certainly is, I think, a quarterback that probably is going to get a lot of attention from college coaches. Not maybe necessarily big time, but he can go to a college and play a lot of good football, especially in this day and age with that spread offense.
Trips to the left side here on 2nd down and 8. Bledsoe rolling left with time. Now being chased. Bledsoe to the far sideline and still on his feet, able to dive forward out near the sticks. Very close to a first down.
I've said it before. He's very aware of what's going on. He doesn't. There's a lot of traffic, a lot of mayhem going on, but it doesn't shake him up. He just stays focused, has confidence in his ability. He's not the fastest guy in the field, but he runs real well.
So 3rd and 1 upcoming for the Vikings. The doctor is in, and he's still as funny as ever. Don't miss your favorite episodes of Frasier. That's tonight after the game on My 24. Hello, Seattle.
3rd and short. If they were a running team, maybe good down to fake a run and go for it. But I think they'll just get the first down and be happy.
That's exactly what Bledsoe did that time on a quarterback draw. Right over the left guard, able to pick up the first down inside the 22-yard line here for New Berlin West. Crane on the stop. I couldn't ask for a better timing for that. Fraser Crane and Richard Crane.
Yeah. Well, we should give, I think, the offensive line from New Berlin a little bit of love here. Jake Rink and Zach, the Reitler brother, Zach and Jake Reitler, Alex Cranfield, Kyle Goldsmith. Rink, Reitler, Cranfield, and Goldsmith. Sounds like a law firm. Maybe they will be someday. You never know.
And approaching 4 minutes remaining here in this 3rd quarter. A 16-point lead here for Pewaukee, but New Berlin on the move in the red zone. Bledsoe with time going over the middle. Short hops his intended target, incomplete. Looking for Grossman over the middle.
Yeah, he just circled. He came in underneath all the routes, and he was open, but it didn't quite make the connection. It's a little bit different pattern that they've been working the outside edges a lot, and they tried to clear the defense out with some deeper routes, and then brought him underneath. And it's a good concept. It didn't quite work out, but I think I would come back to it if I was them.
From the Pirate 21, 2nd down and 10. 3 receivers here to the near side. That's a little option play back to Vogel. Tries to cut it upfield, and he stopped at the 20-yard line. Read well that time by Bello.
Yeah, Bellows did a good job of getting out there and making that play. Also, Dan Brown was out there. Made a good play by chasing that down from behind. Dan Brown has been one of Coach Iverson's. He talked about him being a really pleasant surprise this year. He's a kid who's really turned it around and become a very good football player. He's strong, fast, and aggressive, and he showed it on that play.
Brown comes out. Jordan Edgerson back in for this particular play. 3rd and long here for the Vikings. Bledsoe with time. Going deep. Has a man out there. Caught. Touchdown. Schultz. Zach Schultz, the junior, with the touchdown reception in the far corner of the end zone.
Well, I'm telling you, that was a terrific throw. Going to his left, a little touch pass. There was a hole in. You could see the hole develop. You can see it right there, right over 33's head into the hole behind 15. That's a great pass.
First touchdown reception of the season for Zach Scholes, the 5'9", 160-pound junior. And now New Berlin thinking about perhaps two here.
I think so. I think so. We're down by 10. 2 would get it down to 1 score difference.
Clay Iverson not happy with the defense there.
I'm having a conversation with Mike Lecker, his defensive coordinator. Now, Mike has been around. He's coached 44 years. He's in the High School Coaches Hall of Fame, inducted last year. So he does know what he's doing, but they weren't happy with what happened there.
Going for 2, looking for Mathwig in the far corner of the end zone, and it was overthrown, incomplete.
Okay. Well, that was the thing to do. They need to get it down to 1 score.
So it's a 10-point ball game. New Berlin West comes back when we come back on the All-State Thursday Night Lights in Pewaukee. Our Real Fan Cam presented to you every week by Wendy's. Wendy's, you know when it's real.
It's like a real pirate.
A real pirate, yes. And Watt will handle the kickoff. Out across his own 10. Strides big across the 20. And he is dumped down at the 21-yard line. Adam Ruiz right there to make the play. Nice hit. Another one of our big collisions of the ball game. A Boucher big hit. If you're in a collision, you can count on Boucher Automotive with body shops all over southeast Wisconsin to fix whatever is dented or broken on your car.
Well, I think the big question right here is, can New Berlin West stop Pewaukee? They have not stopped them for a while. They need to get a stop if they're going to win the game. They can't just trade touchdowns.
Bateman will give it to the fullback, Kotz. Kotz stuffed up the middle.
That's a good start right there.
Nothing there for Austin Kotz, the fullback, junior, 5'11", 215 pounds. Rink there on the stop defensively.
Yeah, if they've got something up their sleeve that they haven't shown, a particular alignment or blitz or whatever, this would be the time.
So 2nd down and 9. And they're going to pass. Bateman with time, coming back near side, has Watt out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line for the first down. Derek Watt, Adam Ruiz able to roll him out.
Well, I've been talking about Bledsoe's throwing. That was an excellent throw by Bateman there. Brock Bateman was right on the money. He was very open.
It was a 22-yard completion and a first down for the Pirates. Let's head down to the sideline and Brian Calhoun.
I was just on the sideline, overheard Coach Iverson from Pewaukee, and they're definitely struggling to make adjustments after that last touchdown by Bledsoe, but they're trying to change up personnel, put more guys on the line of scrimmage, create more pressure, but he's just beating them with his arm and his feet, so they're scrambling to make adjustments from the sideline.
All right, Brian, thank you very much. Watt with the carry and Jake Reitler on the stop defensively for New Berlin.
Yeah, the question is being answered. Unfortunately, it's not being answered the way West wants it. Although they're inside the 50, they got a ways to go, but they're able to come up with those play-action passes in the flat that have really gotten them out of trouble.
2nd and a good 4 here for the Pirates. And they'll give it to Bellows coming around the left side. And he's going to be short of the first down. Cranfield was there to make the stop defensively for New Berlin West. You can check out the Wendy's Varsity Blitz High School Football Coaches Show every Saturday morning at 10 on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP. Mike McGivern and Coach Joe Cook will talk to different coaches each week at Saturday mornings at 10 on Sports Radio 1250 WSSP. Well, a big 3rd down here, 3rd and 2.
Last time they tossed it.
We'll give it to Kotz, the fullback. And he'll get the first down into Viking territory down to the Viking 38-yard line. They'll keep the clock moving here with 35 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter. Jake Lieben credited with the tackle.
Well, that's the buck trap. The left guard pulls across and kicks the guard out, and the fullback comes right up in behind him. And they run this play very well.
Again, you're starting to see some tired Vikings tugging at those jerseys and hunched over after every play. Derek Watt gets the call right side, cuts it back up the middle inside the 30. Breaks tackles inside the 25 and finally wrestled down at the 21-yard line. Derek Watt, another strong run, approaching 200 yards tonight on the ground.
Yeah, this is not a good sign.
The 14-yard pickup here, as you see him cut right there up the middle. It took 4 players to finally bring him down. Thiesenhuisen and company there. And that'll end our third quarter here in Pewaukee. A 10-point Pirate lead over New Berlin West, 37-27, when we come back on All-State Thursday Night Lights. Pirates by 10 as we get set to bring you fourth quarter action from Pewaukee. Ryan Calhoun, Mike McGivern, Dick Basham, and John Weiser with you tonight on All-State Thursday Night Lights. First and 10 here for the Pirates, and Kotz again stuffed it. Really, the New Berlin defense has done a nice job on the middle runs by the fullback here tonight.
Yeah, and having that 1 or 2 minute rest here between quarters is just what the doctor ordered, because they were showing some fatigue.
Watt now over 200 yards, 205 total yards tonight for Watt.
He's been averaging a little over 100 yards a game, so this is double trouble tonight.
Again, he's going to Northwestern to play linebacker.
Yeah.
This is Watt again around the right side, breaking a tackle, 15-10, 5, touchdown. Late signal there, but Watt gets it in. Derek Watt, his 4th touchdown run tonight.
Well, he's just a kid who's not going to be denied. You know, there was a defensive back that had a shot at getting him out of bounds, but he's just too strong. 6'2", 210. He's just going to lower his shoulder and give you a stiff arm, whatever, and take it in. And now he's going to kick the extra point.
Pewaukee's only touched the ball twice here in this second half. Both times touchdown drives. Nice, huh?
Yeah.
They'll line up. Look like they'll a little swinging gate formation. They will kick for the extra point here.
I think they're going to let him rest and kick it rather than try to do something else.
Well, rumor has it he made the popcorn and was
Yeah,
flipping
right.
burgers in the concession stand
Right.
before the ball game.
And he's
began
going
tonight.
to sweep up the stadium when the game's over. So.
Well, Derek Watt with his 4th touchdown run, and the Pirates have once again opened up a 17-point lead here early in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's getting a little out of hand right now.
Let's get a look at that touchdown.
Just a sweep play. He bounces it to the outside. There you see Crane out there with the lead block. Didn't have to really throw it. And Zach Scholes comes over and tries to push him out of bounds, but it's a mismatch. It's 5'9", 160 against 6 feet 2, 210. That's not a good match.
Well, Lieben and Ruiz will stand deep.
We're going to need, New Berlin's going to need a big play here of some kind. Run the kickoff back, whatever, and see if they can make up some time here.
We'll just punch this one right up the middle.
That's interesting.
Picked up by the short man.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised, but I guess what they're going to avoid was what I just said. They don't want to give them a good run back, and they're confident that if they give them at midfield, they can play defense.
Everyone at Thursday Night Lights asks you to support Allstate in their X the Text program. Allstate and My24 urges students and their families to stop texting and driving by pledging to X the Text. Students can sign a pledge at the Allstate booth at all of our Thursday Night Lights games, or they can go online to allstate.com/teen and get more information. Vogel on the carry, out across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Edgerson able to make the play defensively.
Well, they're not going to win the game running the play, but they got to, as I said earlier, keep them honest. And now they bring in their 4-man front, and they'll try to get some pressure on the quarterback. I think if Pewaukee would make an adjustment, would be try to contain the QB a little bit more, not let him get outside quite as easy. Not that they're not trying to do that already.
3 receivers to the right. Bledsoe on the roll to the right. Dumps it out there and
called it incomplete, I believe.
Was it a catch or not? It was an incomplete pass intended for Mathwig out there on that far side as we get a look at this one.
Well, the ball was thrown low, but he...
Yep.
Ooh,
went right through his...
Did it?
It looked like it hit the ground as it went through his sound. Yeah,
Okay.
It looked like it bounced out once it went through his hands. And
didn't get a good look at it.
So big third down now for New Berlin quickly here.
Yeah, this is big play right here. They don't want to give it back right now, I can tell you that.
Double slot here is Bledsoe. With time drifting to his left. Now in trouble, breaks a tackle from Brown. Still on his feet, looks to fire it, tries to force it in there, incomplete, looking for Ruiz. Broken up by Josh Berg.
Well, Stecker really did a good job that time on Matthew. He was a shadow. Almost painted on him the way it looked. He did have his hands on him quite a bit. I don't know, in high school sometimes that gets a little bit iffy as to whether it's interference or not.
Brown couldn't have had a more perfect opportunity for a sack there as Bledsoe somehow got out of there, and then he really tried to jam it in there to Ruiz.
He threw it so hard that if his guy couldn't catch it, nobody was going to catch it, that's for sure.
Down 17, got to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, I'm afraid you do.
Taking a lot of time here.
They end up taking a timeout.
We'll go with 3 receivers to the far side on 4th down and 9. Bledsoe rolling right. Delivers the football. It is caught by Mathwig right at the stake.
I think if they get the mark, which they
did.
Yes, yep, they did. That was well done. That was designed exactly for that purpose. Go to the 2 yards past the down marker, turn, and look for the ball.
And again, I'm impressed with Bledsoe, Dick, rolling right, throwing right, and on target.
Right, it's almost
a tough pass for a right-hander.
Almost Pewaukee almost should take that outside guy and move him out and angle him in and just say, you're not getting outside me, because that's really what's happening.
So a key 4th down conversion here.
You also have to give the offensive line, especially the right tackle, Jake Rink, he's doing a great job of skating out there with that defensive end and not letting him get to the quarterback.
And 3 receivers going out left side. Bledsoe in some trouble. Lofts it down the field, throws it incomplete. Bledsoe slow to get up. He took a good pop.
Pretty good on that, yeah.
Dan Brown again with the pressure.
Yeah, that was exactly what they needed, to get up in his face and stop him, make him stop.
9:43 to play in our 4th quarter. A 17-point Pewaukee lead. New Berlin West facing a 2nd down and 10. Had an injured Pewaukee player able to make it over here to the near side.
That's T.J. Watt coming off.
T.J. Watt. Bledsoe going to try a middle screen this time to Vogel, and he dropped the football incomplete. Went to a middle screen with your running back, Vogel, that time.
That's the first screen tonight. I don't think that was going to go anywhere because Derek Watt had his eyeballs trained on that play.
Well, another key 3rd down facing the Vikings here on this drive.
Just like that, 2 plays, and now it's 3rd and 10. But again, this is a situation they're able to get out of. That's what spread teams work on.
Keep an eye on Mathwig. He'll drift to the right side in single coverage with 3 receivers here to the near side. Bledsoe with plenty of time looking for Mathwig down the sideline, a jump ball, and it's going to be picked off. I believe was it Stecker again?
Yep.
Ben Stecker with the pick. That's his 3rd tonight. Ben Stecker with the 3rd interception tonight for Pewaukee. Just a jump ball that time between Stecker and Mathwig, and Stecker winning.
Well, the Pewaukee strategy is to put Stecker behind. He's been told you stay behind Mathwig and fight him for the ball. That ball was a little overthrown that time, and Mathwig couldn't get in position to go up and jump for it. Stecker is a good athlete. He's fairly tall, and he's able to make the play.
He's accounted for all 3 takeaways on defense tonight for Pewaukee.
And you got to give, I think, Mike Lecker, the defensive coordinator, credit for
Watt taking it up across the 15.
Establishing that tactic, it's been very successful.
And here's where this wing T power run formation
Yeah.
going to really pay off here. You got to run some time. Zach Reitler,
well, there could be like
with the stop on that last run by Watt, but you pick up a couple of first downs here. Not only do you flip the field, but you burn some time.
Yeah, there could be less than 5 minutes left when this is over. If we need a fumble, we need a fumble. We need a penalty of some type that will give them a chance to get back in the game. Sweep.
And they'll try that left side and across the 20-yard line. Bellows moving the pile forward, but stayed in bounds.
Well, now I think that's probably a little 3rd and 4 is a little too long maybe to run. We'll see if they have the courage to come up with a play action pass and try to get this first down. How bad do they want to get the first down, or do they want to turn it over to them?
3rd and about 4 facing the Pirates. Following the Stecker 3rd interception of the night.
A lot of room out here this way.
Come back with Watt. Watt bounces it back outside.
He's
going to get the corner to the 30, 35, 40. He's got a convoy. Watt going to cut back over the middle, breaks a tackle at the 30 and brought down from behind at the 25. Lieben chased him down from behind. Derek Watt with the big run. Jake Lieben from behind, though, brings him down, saving the touchdown.
Well, that play initially didn't have a chance, and then the patience of Watt, he allowed his blockers to make a play, and he just stayed in behind him. And then he...
Watt now over 260 yards on the ground tonight for Pewaukee.
He just outran people at the end, and that's, again, fatigue. Everybody's tired, including Watt. He hasn't been off the field yet. But he just has that extra gear that he needs.
He saw the defense coming, cut it back to the middle of the field. Cox, the fullback, big hole up the middle, inside the 15, still on his feet, rumbling down to the 12-yard line.
Well, they're actually giving Watt a rest right now, so they're going to give the ball to the big fullback, I think.
Yeah, Rink and Reitler on the stop. Spotted just short of the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 for Pewaukee on the 13-yard carry by the fullback Kotz. His first real big gain going up the middle, and that's because of a tired defense.
We've got Alec Henderson in on the left side for Watt, giving him a rest.
Bellows in motion. They'll give it to Kotz again up the middle. Penalty marker down. He takes it inside the 5, down to about the 3. Very few penalties tonight.
Yeah, that's true. It's been a well-played game. This is pretty much brute force here.
So holding the call here against Pewaukee. Just our 7th penalty of the night between these two.
It's going to be a 10-yarder and go back to about 1st and maybe 18. Now New Berlin West needs to take advantage of this and not let them get out of this.
The officials are going to stop play here. It looks like a timeout being taken by New Berlin West. Down 17, 44-27. Derek Watt tonight, 254 yards rushing.
Yeah, he's had a season here in one game.
Well, it's a show full of blood, sweat, and cheers. And next Wednesday, you won't want to miss the big decision that could change everything for the Hellcats cheer squad. The tension is building, and egos start clashing on next week's Hellcats. That's Wednesdays at 8 on CW 18. Milwaukee looking for their 3rd consecutive conference championship in the Woodlands.
And 2005 was Clay Iverson's first year, and that they've had 3 conference champions out of 5 years that he's been the head coach. And they're in the hunt for this year. They need some help now. Somebody's got to take down Brown Deer if they're going to have a chance to tie for it.
The Pirates suffered their loss to Brown Deer, 47-34. They also dropped a 33-0 decision to Greendale.
Right.
New Berlin West coming in at 3-2 overall, 3-1. Losses to Whitnall and South Milwaukee.
The good news is that their last 3 games are against the bottom 3 teams in the blue division. They play Cudahy, Thomas More, and Tosa West, so they're probably going to win out, barring a disaster of some kind, and have some momentum going into the playoffs. This is a team I don't know if I'd want to play. They're tough, very tough.
So we have 1st and 21 here, and they get movement up front.
Yep. See there, they get 5 yards back for free.
A hard count that time by Bateman. The encroachment call here against New Berlin West. Make it a 1st and about 16 here for the Pirates. 3 takeaways tonight on defense by Pewaukee. All 3 by Ben Stecker, their cornerback, with 3 interceptions. Trying to set up this particular drive here. As they give it to Bellows, cuts it up the middle, touchdown, Pewaukee. Bellows punches one in. A 54-yard touchdown run earlier.
Coming back on the inside. It's a counter play.
2nd touchdown of the night for Bellows. He had a 54-yarder earlier.
He has a nice burst. Once he gets headed down the field, he has a nice burst. When he gets in that secondary, it's pretty much Katie bar the door.
They take advantage of the turnover.
They'll set up to kick it.
Yep, Derek Watt will kick it. Again, a Northwestern University recruit. And Fitzgerald's going to have a nice player in him next year.
They will. Dowdy will play much as a freshman. He's a little undersized right now to play a linebacker in the Big Ten, I think. And I don't know if he has the speed to play in the secondary. I don't think he does. So they're going to bulk him up. He'll be in the weight room and be on the scout team for a year, take a redshirt year, and he'll have 4 years of eligibility. And I think probably down the road we'll be hearing about him playing against his brother at University of Wisconsin.
I was going to say, where does the allegiance split the family there?
Yeah, there we go. Plus, they got a 3rd one who's a sophomore, who's already starting on defense. So he's got some big shoes to fill, but I'm sure he's up to it. I haven't noticed if he came back in. He's standing on the sideline down there, but he might have tweaked his ankle. But
get a look at Aaron Mack over there, the New Berlin West head coach.
Good young coach. He came from Iowa Grant to New Berlin West. He was a grad assistant at UW-Madison with Barry Alvarez for 2 years, and then Brett Bieleman for 2 years. He played quarterback at UW-Platteville. And I think he's got a good future ahead of him.
And they pick up the ground ball kickoff. Run it out across the 30. It was Ruiz, I believe, who ran it out to about the 34-yard line. So New Berlin West with some work to do here. They have 6:43 remaining.
Yeah, they're bucking the odds now because Pewaukee is not going to give them anything. They'll give them 5-6 yards here, maybe 10, but they're not going to give them that long throw that they need here. They're going to rush 4 and cover with 7.
As a coach, you like to close out your ball games. Even if you're down losing, you like to close out your games with some good drives here, so maybe this is what you look for out of New Berlin.
Yeah.
Build on the positives here. As they will turn and hand it off. It was Jake Lieben on the carry.
Lieben on the carry.
Edgerson able to make the play. Gain of about 1, 2nd down and 9.
I think they realize they're probably not going to go down and win this game. They're just going to try to stay in character and work on the things. They have the toughest part of their schedule left.
Grossman and Scholes comes here to the near side. Mathwig and Ruiz split out far side, low snap. Bledsoe pumps once, now comes back over the middle. There's that middle screen to Lieben. Across the 40, cuts it back 45 midfield into Pirate territory and driven out of bounds just short of the Pewaukee 46-yard line.
It's a nice call, good, well-executed play. I was saying New Berlin West has the toughest part of their schedule. They almost have the inverse schedule that Pewaukee has. They have to play St. Francis, Brown Deer, and then their biggest rival, Eisenhower. There's the throw to Lieben. A little convoy out in front of him with Mathwig and Ruiz.
And again, want to finish positively here if you can for New Berlin West, and then you take some of that bitterness out from losing a football game. At least say, hey, we were able to compete and continue to do our thing and build on toward next week.
And you're playing against a very well-coached defense here.
Swing pass to Lieben, breaks a tackle, 45 down the near sideline, 35, and just short of the 30-yard line.
I think you can see why Coach Mack thinks he's probably his best all-around football player. There's just something about him when you watch him play. He's got that it or whatever it is that that instinct, and he makes plays.
Get a look at this here. Lieben with a nice catch, and then able to break one tackle before Bellows finally closed.
Pile, Don't concede anything.
Another first down here on this drive for New Berlin West. And the give is to Lieben. Met in the backfield and tossed down for a loss. And here's our man, Dan Brown. He's had a pretty good ball game tonight at that defensive line position. Several different tackles tonight. 8 tackles, I should say.
I think one thing that New Berlin West is trying to do, maybe unconsciously, I don't know, maybe keep the ball in bounds, keep the clock running. They got 3 big games to go yet. They need to try to preserve their health, so to speak, and get off the field here and regroup for next week's game.
I look back, that opening drive to start the third quarter, really the backbreaker, I thought.
Yeah, it really was.
Really put him in a bind.
Pewaukee came out and made a statement.
Swing pass out to the receiver on that far side. Brought down by Semro. Jacob Peterson on his first reception tonight.
Right. Pewaukee's doing some substituting here, getting some guys in and out. They've given Watt a rest, but he's now back in.
So 3rd and about 7 here for the Vikings. Clock rolling, close to 4 minutes remaining here in Pewaukee. The Pirates comfortably in front. Double slot here.
And Watt off the corner.
Screen to Lieben again. Yeah. Nice run up inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line for Lieben on that middle screen. Trying that play a couple of different times here in that second half.
Well, they got lucky there because Watt blitzed and he had him out of the middle, and he was able to execute the play really well.
Get a look at this.
Well, you can see Watt right there. Dumped it right over everybody. And Kotz makes the play. Fullback playing defense as well.
But that receiver would have just gotten a little bit more chip on the Kotz that time. Might have sprung him for a touchdown. Bledsoe again. Rushing 3, dumps it, looking for Mathwig. Jump ball. Did he come up with it? He did. Touchdown. Mathwig and New Berlin West. Chad Mathwig.
Well, that ball was thrown in a position where nobody else could get it. It's kind of like a rebounding in basketball, and this guy is a excellent basketball player, and nobody could get their body in there, and he was able to haul it in.
Boy, he and Stecker have just had an old-fashioned Donnybrook here all night.
Hatfields and McCoys out there.
They've been going after each other. Nice angle there. That touchdown reception by Mathwig, and now the try for the extra point. It is up, and it is no good. We'll take a break. 51-33, Pewaukee on top of New Berlin West. Back with more of our All-State Thursday Night Lights right after this. Well, the Vikings get it in the end zone on the touchdown reception by Mathwig. The extra point no good. 51-33 your score. That pretty much sums up the way things have been going on that New Berlin West sideline tonight.
Yeah.
This will drift down. And making the reception, Derek Folkert, a sophomore wide receiver, 5'11", 148, working on special teams tonight, gets a return out to about the 25-yard line, and that's where Pewaukee will take it here in the final 3:20 or so remaining in this one. Teddy Byrne getting credited for the tackle on special teams for New Berlin West.
First and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
Well, I'm sure they're going to run the ball here and just try to keep the clock running. First downs are the goal, and if they're able to get probably 2 first downs, they're going to run most of the clock out.
Kotz in at fullback. We'll give it to Kotz up the middle across the 30. Bangs his way forward out to the 34-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play for Kotz. Found some running room up the middle here in this second half. Teddy Byrne once again in on the stop. He's had numerous tackles tonight. About 8 to his credit.
Well, Pewaukee's done a really good job of running their offense. I think the play calling has been really good tonight. I think the counter plays were called at really appropriate times when the play was very well set up. And oftentimes New Berlin West was out of position, jumping on the fake rather than playing the play.
Problem with the exchange, but the quarterback, Bateman, able to pick it up, and he may have gotten a first down out of it. The ball was loose on the turf. I'm not sure if he even got it on the exchange, and had to go back and pick it up, and picked up the first down, and that pretty much slams the door on New Berlin West.
Sometimes you get a lucky bounce. That ball bounces funny. Sometimes it bounces to you, and sometimes it goes the other way.
Mike LaValle was there to cover him up.
A little surprised that Pewaukee maybe hasn't taken Watt out and given him a rest. For the rest of the game, they really don't need him in there.
Each team now will go to 3-2 in league play. Berlin West evening its overall mark to 3-3 as Bellows trying to get around the left side. Has some room down the far sideline. This is Bellows. And he's caught from behind, just inside the 30-yard line.
Jake Lieben.
Lieben able to run him down once again, and another big run for Bellows tonight as we get a look at this one.
Just a sweep to the left side.
Again,
you see Lieben coming behind 15.
If you're Aaron Mack, you got to like the hustle on Lieben on defense tonight. He's had to chase down a couple of players from behind that could have been touchdowns and never gave up on the play.
Yeah, he's a very good player. As I said at the beginning of the game, both teams have outstanding players, guys that can really make plays, and you notice them. They just do it right.
Lopez now, Adam Lopez, getting some playing time here as we go under 1:20 remaining. Couple more snaps here, and Pewaukee will go to 4-2 overall, 3-2 in the league. New Berlin West, as we said, falling to 3-3 overall, 3-2 in league action.
This will be no doubt a running play. Probably the fullback, giving Lopez a chance to carry the ball again. There it is.
Yep, Lopez again up the middle, and that should do it.
Yep.
Just have to snap it maybe one more time. We'll see.
All they got to do is take a knee. There's no even to run a play.
So an impressive win here tonight for Pewaukee. 4 touchdowns on the night for Derek Watt. A pair of touchdowns for Bellows. And New Berlin West have to take that bus ride home, thinking, what if?
Well, I don't think they need to feel bad. To be quite honest with you, they were outmanned coming into the game. I think they played as well as they could play.
So 51 to 33, your final here tonight as the coaches and the players exchange handshakes through the middle of the field. Pewaukee getting the win, their 4th straight against New Berlin West. But it was Derek Watt tonight, 260 yards rushing the football unofficially, 4 touchdowns. We'll get the numbers for you as we move on, but again, it's just a power run able to do its job here tonight. And again, I go back to that third quarter drive to start the third quarter, Dick, that really set the tone the rest of the evening.
Well, it sure did. And this was a game of power versus finesse for the most part. And tonight, power was able to win out. I think finesse maybe, if finesse could have found a defense, that being New Berlin West, if they could have found a way to get a couple of stops, they certainly had the ability to score enough points to win. The problem was they couldn't stop the other team from scoring enough points to win, and that's exactly what happened. And sometimes football turns out that way, and tonight it did.
Certainly did for Pewaukee, as we said. Derek Watt, 4 touchdowns rushing, as Clay Iverson and his team heading over here to the near sideline. And nice win in this conference. This has been a rivalry. We talked about it. It's just kind of not quite on par with some of the other rivals in this league, but it's starting to become a very effective rivalry. Let's toss it down to Brian Calhoun on the sideline.
Coach, great game against New Berlin West. How does it feel to win this game and continue winning your conference?
Well, it's a big game for us. It's a big game for our program. I mean, we battled a tough schedule. I put these guys through a lot of work all week, and for them to come out here and respond against a really good football team, I'll tell you what, 6 to 9 are about as good of football players as you're going to see. And these guys, I mean, we could have given up a couple of times. Our kids battled and battled and battled. And they showed today that there's a lot of toughness on this team. And the exciting thing is we can get a lot better. So I couldn't tell you how proud I am of these guys.
Congratulations. Here is your trophy for Thursday Night Lights, Game of the Week.
Go ahead, Richard. Hold over the end.
Everybody wants to be a Pirate tonight as the Pewaukee Pirates pick up the win, 51-33, your final here in Pewaukee. And the Woodland Conference battle as Pewaukee now back in the chase, trying to track down Brown Deer after that loss last week. Still have some work to do there. And New Berlin West at 3-2, also in the hunt should Brown Deer stumble.
Yeah. Well, now New Berlin West's goal is to make the playoffs. You know, that's something that's certainly doable. As I said earlier, they have the toughest part of their schedule left with St. Francis and Brown Deer, and then their big rival is their crosstown rival, New Berlin Eisenhower. And that'll be the last game of the season, and that might be the one that gets them in the playoffs. You never know.
So Pewaukee the winner here tonight, 51-33. Back with more of our post-game wrap-up right after this. (51-33) your final tonight. Pewaukee homestanding here tonight, knocking off New Berlin West in the Woodland Conference battle tonight. And boy, the total yards at 547 to 385. Right. Your total yards tonight. We'll run down the rest of the numbers shortly. But first we want to get you our Good Hands Play of the Game award. And tonight's Good Hands Play of the Game, Bledsoe's pass to Mathwig for the touchdown. What a great catch over the shoulder.
Great throw, too.
Yep, Chad Mathwig with our Good Hands Play of the Game award. The Good Hands Play of the Game presented by Allstate. But going back,
Coach Iverson talking to his team, he did mention earlier that he worked them hard this week. He did. I was here. I saw it, and they did respond.
But 547 total yards, 507 on the ground for Pewaukee tonight, 385 for New Berlin West. 327 in the air. They just took over in that second half, really, when you look at it. As we take a look at our players of the game here tonight. And our first one up is Mr. Chad, Adam Ruiz, I should say, from New Berlin West.
Yeah, he had some great catches. This one in particular, down the sideline. This might be the touchdown at the towards the end of the first half. There, going across the end zone, jumps, gets his feet down, inbounds, makes the play. That was an excellent play. They had a lot of good plays tonight for New Berlin West, but I think he stood out. He had seven catches for 72 yards and a touchdown. That's a pretty good night.
And for Pewaukee tonight, who else?
Yeah.
Derek Watt, 254 yards and 4 touchdowns.
This is the longest one, probably about, was this about 80 yards, I think, 70-some yards. You can see he's all by himself in the picture. There was nobody around.
So
he's just I don't want to say a man among boys because that's not quite true, but he's a big, strong kid who has a real good feel for the game, and he just makes plays. He's everywhere.
19 carries, 254 yards, 4 touchdowns. Northwestern bound. He will play defense for Coach Fitzgerald and the Northwestern Wildcats. So Derek Watt and Adam Ruiz are players of the game, brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. One more time, we go downstairs and Mike McGivern.
Hey guys, thanks a lot. We're here with Derek Watt. I believe I heard 19 carries, 250 yards. That's quite a game, man. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I mean, our line was there all day, and I was just finding the holes, and I mean they were there, and they were overrunning us, and our line just had huge holes, and I love seeing that. I just put my hand on the back of our guards, pulling, and make a cut, one cut, and you're gone.
You know, I do a radio show at Sports Radio 1250, and I came to your 4-team scrimmage, and I walked away and said, look, Derek Watt's the best football player I've seen today, and you did not disappoint us at all. Defense, offense, we like to make a little bit of a joke that you also make the popcorn here at Pewaukee. Man, you do a little bit of everything, don't you?
It's fun. I mean, yeah, it gets tiring at times, but getting to work with these guys every day, I mean, we had a tough week of practice, and it only kept us prepared for this week, and I mean, I was gassed at times, but it was so fun. We just kept battling and battling. That's what kept me going and kept me out on the field.
Well, your defense definitely shut down their offense in the second half. What were some of the halftime adjustments that you guys came out in the second half to shut down Dominique Bledsoe, who was a pretty good passer?
Well, I mean, we got a good rush on him at times. We just, for some reason, we just weren't tackling like we should have been. Like we work on tackling every day at practice. I mean, we were struggling. And so we just said we got to focus up, stay up, and club up, and stay high, and just follow your rules, and we'll be fine. I mean, we couldn't keep in the pockets. So we just got to flush them out, and it was fun. I mean, our secondary made some great plays. I mean, number 9 is one of the best receivers we're going to see all year, and I mean, we had 3 interceptions on him. Ben Stecker, it was just outstanding. Our whole secondary.
How do you look in purple?
I think I look pretty good.
Making that decision to go to Northwestern, congratulations on making that decision. Why Northwestern, if I can ask?
Just great opportunities. I mean, I love Coach Fitzgerald, Coach Bates, and Coach Hankowitz. My 3 coaches that I'll be working with the most. It was just the best fit for me, a great education, and it's gonna be real fun.
Hey, we'll let you get into the locker room. Congratulations, well done.
All right, thank you very much.
Excellent, thank you. Hey, Brian, last thing, we'll get up to the booth. Here's a kid that, and we talked about him during the game, here's a kid that just loves to play football. He doesn't come off the field, he kicks off, he kicks field goals, he does all that. You don't see kids doing that nowadays. He's a 3, possibly 4-sport athlete.
He's definitely, a dime a dozen, a great athlete, and it shows on the football field. Obviously a great student, works hard at everything that he does, puts 110% in everything he does, and I think it pays off here, and now he's going to Northwestern next year, and I think he'll be a great addition to that program.
He will. Last thing, we'll get up to the booth on Sports Radio 1250, tomorrow night scoreboard show, special guest sitting in for Ron Davies, Clay Iverson, head coach from Pewaukee, so take a listen. Let's get back to the booth. This is the All-State Thursday Night Lights high school football game of the week.
Mike and Brian, thanks as always. Great job tonight down on the sidelines. 51-33, your final, Pewaukee over New Berlin West. Back with a final wrap after this. Pewaukee a winner tonight, 51-33 over New Berlin West. As we take a look at our final numbers tonight, and as we pointed out, just a large conglomerate of numbers here on the rushing side for Pewaukee.
Yeah, it really is. They 547 yards and 507 of them on the ground. That's over a quarter of a mile. So that's a really good night, and I guess I'm not surprised because I knew they outmanned New Berlin a little bit. 327 yards passing is representative of the type of team that New Berlin West is. They're a good, solid football team. They hurt themselves a little bit with the lack of numbers and fatigue, and any team that can run the ball on them is probably going to give them a hard time. If they can move the ball and keep the ball a little bit more, then they get less tired, I believe. So 3 turnovers didn't help either. You got to give Stecker credit for that.
Those 3 turnovers compliments of Ben Stecker,
Right.
3 interceptions tonight for that Pewaukee defense. Let's take a look at our drive of the game tonight. And our drive of the game goes to Pewaukee.
Right.
Yeah, just solid. Adam Kotz there going up the middle.
Little inside handoff to him, reverse pivot. Now there's a sweep to Watt. In the secondary, shows his power. He gets 2 or 3 yards after he gets hit. And then play action pass, bellows over the middle. Well executed. Good throw by Bateman. Watt again.
One of his 4 touchdowns tonight.
Pretty much a patented run right there.
Yep, for Pewaukee. So tonight's drive of the game to Pewaukee. The drive of the game brought to you by Zero in Wisconsin, a vision we can all live with. Well, that about wraps things up here tonight. Next week, we're out in Waukesha North as we get a look at Arrowhead and Waukesha North High School next Thursday night, October the 7th, 7 o'clock in Waukesha. We'll hope you tune in for that one as well. For Brian Calhoun, Mike McGivern, Dick Basham, John Weiser, and our entire crew here from I-24, good night from Pewaukee. The Pirates a winner, 51-33.